Father's Day 2008, no better way to spend it than at the ballpark here at Busch Stadium. It was the annual Father's Kids game between the Cardinals players and their children, which took place prior to today's action. Baseball, Major League style, coming up next. Lots of kids here on this Father's Day at Busch Stadium in St. Louis as the Cardinals look to win another series. The rubber game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals, a rare Sunday afternoon right here on FSN. Happy Father's Day. That's Al Raboski. I'm Dan McLaughlin. The Cardinals have gotten into a problem and really a habit of losing the first game of a series, but then the bright spot is then they win the series, and they have a chance to do that again today.
Exactly right. Both these clubs are very good clubs, have the same identical record, and they're both very good on the road. But Philadelphia is a handful, and the Cardinals need to win this one, the rubber game.
Mitchell Boggs will get the start today, his second Major League start. We've had a lot of guys that have made their debut this year.
Had 8. That ties San Francisco for the most of the major leagues, with rookies making their Major League debut. But, you know, San Francisco is 9 games under 500. The Cardinals are a team with a very good winning record.
All right, so it's Mitchell Boggs. He'll get the start this afternoon. Well, on Friday night, it was 20 runs for the Philadelphia Phillies. Yesterday, the Cardinals turned it around. Day baseball on this Sunday afternoon is coming up next. Let's recap this series so far. Friday night, early on, back to back, Al, for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, all coming with 2 outs against Wellemeyer, and then the rout was on. But you know what? This team is very resilient. Of course, there was that retaliation? I don't think so. But Tony got upset. He's trying to say that there was no way my pitcher was trying to throw at him. Yesterday, the Cardinals get even.
Completely different look as Kyle Lowe's was outstanding, wasn't he?
He was outstanding. A season-high 8 innings pitch. Ludwig was a big offensive star. Kennedy was also. And, boy, is Howard really striking out people, but that's how good Loesch was yesterday.
So Kyle Lowe's picked up the win. Today it is Mitchell Boggs. When we come back, it's a look at the Home Run Challenge. Next on this Father's Day from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. The Cardinals have been great at bouncing back this season, going 7-2 in the series in which they lost the first game of the series. They will try to turn a trick again today in the rubber game between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Mitchell Boggs, Brett Myers, baseball coming up next on FSN Midwest. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. Charlie Manuel and the Phillies with a 41-29 record. We'll highlight Pat Burrell. Yesterday against the Cardinals, a 2-run shot. Rollins, Worth, Utley, Howard, Burrell, Jenkins, Dobbs, Coast, and the pitcher Myers. Southwest Airlines starting lineup. Our Rico starter for the Cardinals is the rookie Mitchell Boggs.
His 3rd appearance, his 2nd start. He won his first Major League start in Cincinnati for the 1-0 record. And out of the University of Georgia, he was impressive in that game and hopefully continue.
Cardinals defensively around the horn, as always, brought to you by Auto Tire. Schumacher is in left, and Keel in center. Ryan Ludwig is in right. Gloss, Miles, Kennedy, and Duncan along the infield. 7th start at first base this season for Duncan. Yadier Molina is behind the plate. Mitchell Boggs is on the mound. Our ball game this afternoon is presented in FSN HD, high definition. And again, a happy Father's Day. No better place to spend it than right here at the ballpark, here at Busch Stadium. There's Charlie Manuel, 64-year-old, trying to get his team back into postseason play as they made a late push last year and made it into the playoffs. Tony La Russa, what a job he has done. He has shocked the baseball world with this start, 41-29, Al.
Yes, he has. Talking with Jeff Jenkins about, he thinks that this is the best job that Tony's ever done with the team and the injuries they have sustained, and they happen to every ball club, but key injuries, and yet Tony concentrates on what he has. He has his team focused.
Here is Jimmy Rollins. Seems like we say that every year. This is the best year Tony has managed here in St. Louis, and I say that because you go back to when Darryl Kyle passed away, obviously what took place last year with Hancock, and yet in September they had a chance to go into first place. And mean, they have dealt with so much since '96, the ups and downs, and again, injuries a part of this season when you talk about Wainwright and Carpenter. Rollins, boy, he's a good hitter. Slaps it the other way on an 0-2 pitch, and the leadoff man is on.
He's been very quiet in this series, but he is a real catalyst when he reaches base.
It's 87 degrees here in St. Louis. Here's a look at the 0-2 pitch.
Not a bad pitch at all, just a defensive swing, but he catches enough of it to put it in play.
The Phillies, by the way, have stolen 46 bases. They've only been caught 7 times. It's the best percentage in all of Major League Baseball, but no steals so far in this series. Here's Jason Worth. He is from this area and hitting .262.
The big key is to keep the first couple guys off this lineup, keep them off base. And 26 straight steals for Jimmy Rollins over at first.
Big lead at first, and that pitch is taken by Worth for a strike, hitting .262 with 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. Big thing with Worth, Al, is just trying to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, he's going to put up some decent numbers.
And he's been on the disabled list earlier this season with a right oblique strain, and as you said, he's got some pop in his bat too.
Room into left center field. Boggs will check on Rollins. He missed the pregame show. Some encouraging news concerning Mark Mulders. He pitched yesterday, and the Cardinals, as reported by Bernie Miklasz on the pregame show, or at least flirting with the idea of Mark Mulder going on Thursday. We shall see.
First of all, you just hope everything is all right with Wellemeyer and there is not a need, but reporting a little elbow, well, concern after making the start and a rough one on Friday night.
Here's an 0-1 pitch. Rollins, great jump. Molina, throw to second. Not in time. Still made it close, but I mean, Rollins even looked to hesitate as he thought maybe the jump was so good. Could it be real? What I'm seeing right now. Look at that.
Well, you see him stop like that because all of a sudden he found himself stealing before the pitcher, had released the ball. And I thought there was no way that this play would be anywhere close to that. But you can see that great speed by Jimmy Rollins, the National League reigning MVP, and that's 27 consecutive steals for him dating back to last year.
11 stolen base and 12 attempts in his career against the Cardinals for Rollins. That's pulled foul. 2 strikes now on Jason Worth. Cardinals got pounded in the first game. 21 hits, 20 runs. There's a look at Kyle Loge in game 2. He was the difference.
They neutralized that powerful attack with yesterday's performance in a season high 8 innings. And remember, he finished the season with Philadelphia last season. So obviously when he was not pitching, he was studying the Phillies hitters. Got confirmation from Molina and Dave Duncan and what he saw and how to get guys out, and then he was able to execute.
.268 hitter with runners in scoring position. Rollins at second. Worth back to Boggs, and he bobbles it still with time and gets Worth by a step. Sure, little butterflies out there for Mitchell Boggs.
And sometimes that ball comes back at you and you think it's hit a lot harder than it actually is. And other times you think it's hit, that it's hit softer, but misplays a little bit, and Rollins was going back to second, so no advancement. That was real key with the bobble, and Boggs stayed with it, didn't panic, and got the out at first.
Mention that Worth is from the area, Springfield, Illinois, and Glenwood High School. And now it's Chase Utley with the St. Louis and Ryan Howard on deck. 22 home runs for the second baseman, Chase Utley. It's not just the numbers, partner. They say that this guy plays the game right. He plays hard every single play.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he is just a throwback type player. He's the only Philly to play in every single game this year. His numbers are incredible, and see the fewest at bats per AB for your RBI. So every 4.34 at bats, he gets another RBI. How about the home run total too?
Incredible, 22 for a second baseman.
And you keep on talking about Worth being from the area. everybody might remember his grandfather is Ducky Schofield.
That's right.
Played for the Cardinals and Major League Baseball for nearly 20 years. And his father was a ball player that I knew, Dennis Worth.
2 balls and no strikes on Utley. In the air to center field. And Keel makes the catch. Comes up firing. Gets it back in quickly. That's a big out. And it brings in Ryan Howard on this Father's Day with his parents here in attendance. Barely hitting over 200, but yet he is on pace for 40 or more home runs and over 100 RBIs.
Well, and he's also on pace for over 200 strikeouts.
145 career home runs for Ryan Howard. Make that 146.
So he had a big game on Friday night.
Couple of home runs. The second one was just launched.
By the way, who'd you give the hungo to?
Tony West. Got the hungo?
Excuse me?
Tony West. T. West.
You know, I mean, it was supposed to be the entire crew, but then I would have amended it to Aaron Miles.
How about his 1-2-3 inning? And there's some numbers for St. Louis born players. Yogi Berra, the most home runs at 358, and then Ryan Howard at 146.
Roy Sievers, 1949 Rookie of the Year in the American League at 318. And Yogi.
2 balls, no strikes. Middle of this lineup can be devastating when you think about Utley, Howard, and Burrell.
Well, how about Friday night after 2 outs? What did they do?
Damage.
Kind of like back to back to back.
You bet. It's the 2 home runs. This one opposite field. He's got tremendous power to left, and then this is the one that just sat on a tee. And since then, Worrell has been sent to the minor leagues. Anthony Reyes is in the bullpen. Jason Isringhausen as well. Ludwig on the move, and he won't get it. It's off the base of the wall. Ryan Howard on his way to second base. It's a double, and it's 1-0 Phillies. Didn't get all of it, but enough to get past Ludwig in right center field, and the Phils have a 1-0 lead.
Well, he stands well off the plate, but he has tremendous plate coverage. And you get that ball, you know, where he can get those arms extended. Like you said, he didn't get all of it in a sinking fastball, but the one hops the wall. Ludwig gets it back in, but he trades places with Rollins, and a 1-0 lead for this machine.
What were your thoughts on Springer and Howard on Friday night when he was hit by the pitch?
Well, my feelings are that, you know, Springer's trying to pitch him inside, which you should for a power hitter. He hit him on the front leg. I didn't see anything that was wrong with that at all.
Conversely, then, Brendan Ryan is thrown behind, and yet Rudy Cienez is not thrown out of the game.
And that was a ridiculous judgment call by Larry Vanover. And I talked to Russ about it, and Russ said, well, the only thing I could figure out is that he realized he made a bad decision in throwing Springer out. So he didn't want to complicate it by making another one. I said, well, that's even worse, because he's seen into the mindset of Springer saying it was intentionally done, and then Cienez is going, well, in the lopsided score, you throw one behind him and I'll let it go. No.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
17 pitches this far for Boggs here in the first. The 2-1 is taken for a ball outside. Called a strike now on the outside corner. This is a late call by our home plate umpire, and it's going to mess me up all day.
Yeah, Tim McClellan is the crew chief here, and he's always been noted for messing up play-by-play guys. You know, that's his trademark, Dan.
That and the pine tar bat. The pine tar incident with George Brett. A strikeout for Boggs. He's shaking his head. Walking off the mound. It's a 1-0 Phils after a half inning. Cardinal left fielder Skip Schumacher leads it off. It's 1-0 Phillies here in the Cardinals half of the first on Father's Day here on FSN. First pitch taken for a ball outside. Schumacher hitting above 300 with 3 home runs, 24 RBIs. He had a homer in game 1 of this series.
Very good series for Skip. 5 for 9 with that home run. He's hitting over 400 in his last 8 starts.
2-0 pitch is a strike, and our Rico starter, these numbers a bit surprising for Brett Myers. He's good, but look at that ERA. It's over 5 and a record of 3-8. Schumacher the opposite way and a base hit. Trying for 2 on his way in there in time. A leadoff double.
Challenging Pat Burrell, who gets a lot of assists. People will run on him. And you saw that the arm is strong but a bit erratic, and Skip gets away with it. Good throw, and he's out at second base, but why not challenge him? Slicing it into the corner, and Burrell, the right-hand thrower, is in a good position. Comes up quickly, but misses the cutoff man. It's offline. Utley has to vacate the bag. Skip gets in underneath the tag.
Here's the shortstop today. That's Aaron Miles. Looks at a ball low.
Miles, good numbers against Brett Myers, who, with the addition of Lidge, moved from the closer back into the starting rotation. And they're saying part of his problem is he may be thinking too much. You don't have to think as a closer, and you know that.
Just go out and fire away, right?
Yeah, you're only going to be out there for 1 inning.
Miles bunts it down the first base line, but foul. And speaking of closers, you think about late innings with the Phillies. Their bullpen is the most improved right now in baseball. And they've got Brad Lidge, the back end of games with Tom Gordon setting up. It's pretty good.
I saw Romero yesterday. That's a very good lefty down there. So Lidge is perfect in save opportunities this year, too.
18 of 18. Tying run at second base. Cubs out to a 3-0 lead over the Blue Jays in their ball game. Hit on the hands on Miles, and it's 1-2. At least wants to pull it to the right side and advance Skip Schumacher to third. On deck, Ryan Ludwig.
Miles 4 for 7 off of Myers, and his tour is 2 for 19, so an easy choice for Tony.
Pulled foul to Dave McKay, Cardinal first base coach. What a terrific afternoon. Gorgeous here in St. Louis. Understand, though, that rain is on its way, partner.
That's okay. Get the game in. Take a victory.
Pulled to second. The fans applaud that. Let's take a look at the Cardinals lineup today for Tony La Russa. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. How about Adam Kennedy? 2 for 4 with a home run, couple of RBIs. First home run by a Cardinal second baseman this year. And yet the Phillies on their side, their second baseman with 22. The Southwest Airlines starting lineup. Here's Ryan Ludwig, .313 average, 16 homers, 53 RBIs. It's popped foul and out of play. The Auto Tire defense as we go around the horn. Pat Burrell, we saw him in left. Jason Worth in center. Jeff Jenkins is in right. Dobbs, Rollins, Utley, and Howard along the infield. Chris Coast, who is a great story, is behind the plate. And Brett Myers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ludwig is swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Their 40th win on Friday night. The team's 68th game. The Phillies reached the 40-win plateau, the fewest games since 1993. And that team won the pennant, then lost to Toronto. And Myers is a little bit erratic, isn't he, here in this first half of the inning?
Been a little inconsistent, and you see how well Ryan has been hitting. And of course, a lot of that has to do with how well he hits on the road.
Ludwig into right center field. This game is tied. Into the gap it goes, and he's on his way to second base. How about that? Ryan Ludwig 54 RBIs.
Couldn't be happier for Ryan Ludwig. He's just really had to battle the injury bug and get back to the major leagues, and now to be so productive. And really, you know, you started the campaign, Dan, a couple weeks ago about Ryan Ludwig for the All-Star berth. Well, he hasn't done anything to diminish those that claim.
And look at his numbers compared to some of the top vote getters right now in the National League. It's not even close.
Honestly, I believe he's leading National League outfielders in home runs and RBIs.
1-0 pitch. This guy's got to get going, though, doesn't he? Ricky Ankiel. When he's hot, he can carry a team, and we saw that right before the final month of last season. When he came up, he really gave this organization a boost, and the Cardinals got hot.
And he got off to a great start in the season. He's had a couple little injuries where he's missed 4 or 5 games, but right now the pitchers are making some adjustments on him, and he's going to have to make some adjustments on them.
10 home runs, 29 RBIs. Average, though, is dipped to 250. Swinging away on 3-0. Opposite field. Burrell is back. He'll look up, and it's off the wall. Ludwig read it perfectly. He's on his way to the plate, and the Cardinals on their way to their first lead. It's 2-1. Three doubles for the Cardinals against Myers here in the first.
And an opposite field, going with the pitch away from him, and that's one of the adjustments he's going to have to make. Watch Pryor Burrow gets the carom, but then he dropped it. Ludwig racing home, and this is kind of a fun club, kind of an interesting thing. You know, they had the father and son game before the regular scheduled game here, and Ankiel's now married, but no children. And he said, well, shouldn't they play this after the game? And I started laughing because so many times you see one of the home team make one of the worst games ever because everyone's out of their normalcy. They're all worried about their kids, worried about their wives, any kind of family that's around, and they forget about they have to play a ball game. Well, it doesn't look like the Cardinals have forgot today.
That was a 3-0 pitch that he swung on, too, and I was hoping that they would do that, let him loose to try to get him going on 3-0, and sure enough, a double off the wall. Merrimack Caverns, always nice and cool. A crisp 60 degrees at Merrimack Caverns. You can find out more. Located on I-44, just 45 minutes west of St. Louis.
Well, Dan, that's what we talk about, on a 3-0 count. Instead of having just an automatic take, you want a hitter to be disciplined. Be disciplined enough that if you get a pitch that you can't drive, you take it, even if it's in the strike zone. But if you got a pitch you can drive, and obviously Ankiel did.
Grounder slowly hit to Rollins. Ankiel advances to third. 2 outs. Ankiel, by the way, in June is now just 4 for 26. With the 4 hits, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. Here's Duncan.
Well, in the absence of Albert, and it's good to see Albert getting along as well as he is. He's not going to run for a while, but boy, he was out there, the father-kids game. He's walking around. You don't see a limp. So it does appear that he's going to heal quicker than a lot of people thought initially.
1-0 pitch.
But you've got to get Ankiel. You've got to get Duncan going. Got to get, Ludwig and Gloss have to keep on driving in runners.
Marty Hendon Day here at the ballpark. And that's pulled foul. Everybody here at the ballpark gets to go to a game, a future game. They're calling it go to a game on Marty.
Well, with one condition.
Got to wear red.
Got to wear red.
A ticket stub is good to come on back later in the summer and check out Cardinal baseball. The 2-1 pitch. Slowly hit to second. Utley over to Howard. Marty Hendon Day here on this Father's Day in 2008. With Mr. T in that shot. Cardinals have the lead. It's 2-1 after 1.
Wow.
So here we go. Second inning, and that's past gloss. Jeff Jenkins with a base hit. Sunday, June 22nd, Formula One racing returns to Fox as some of the world's greatest drivers head to France to battle for the checkered flag in the French Grand Prix. Coverage begins Sunday, June 22nd at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, and it's only on Fox. The base hit for the Phillies. This is Greg Dobbs, who's off to a good start, hitting .364. 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. On their bench, they have So Taguchi. Good to see So back in town, and he got a nice ovation on Friday night.
Yeah, Dobbs is one of the best pinch hitters in the game.
Charlie Manuel was saying the other night he really likes his bench and considers it a strong point of their team.
Dobbs leads the major leagues in pinch hits and pinch hit RBIs. And last year he had 18 pinch hit RBIs. That was a Phillies record. Of course, So is having a little trouble because not getting much playing time, keeping sharp. So was really disappointed he wasn't able to come back here. He was ready to buy a home in the St. Louis area.
1-1 pitch, primarily used as a pinch runner or late defensive purposes. That's it. 2-1 the count on Dobbs. Mitchell Boggs, 5 innings, his last time out against Cincinnati and picking up a win, his first ever in the big leagues. The 2-1 pitch. Slicing. Schumacher makes the catch. Back to first goes Jenkins. I mentioned the story of Chris Coast. It's a good one, as he spent so much time in the minor leagues. 1995 all the way until 2006, he was in the minor leagues. Stuck with it, and now he has stuck around in the big leagues since 2006.
He's had great success against the Cardinals.
And very good numbers this year again, .313 with 6 home runs and 17 RBIs.
Now he's 500 hitter against the Cardinals. .370 runners in scoring position.
That pitch is inside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, they're pulled for a guy that, I said against the Cardinals, he likes not a lot of games, but productive.
Boy, it's a great story, isn't it, to see a guy that sticks with it as long as he has and then rewarded to get to the big leagues?
And you pull for a guy like that.
You bet. He was the Good Guy Award winner in 2006, and he has written all about his experiences in the minor leagues, the people he's met, places he's been. He is from Fargo, North Dakota. The 2-1. Went to a college in Minnesota, so he's really learned to play this game in some warm weather areas. North Dakota and Minnesota.
Yeah. Long seasons.
The runner was going on 3-1, and it's fouled. 3-2.
You say he's a Good Guy Award winner. He would have to be. And that's twice I've seen him after a foul ball, smelled the bat.
Remember what Ted Williams asked?
Well, I know. Yeah, I mean, I can understand Ted saying that. Hey, you're wearing a big league uniform. Act like one, right?
Uh-huh. 3-2 the count. This is after the foul ball.
He'll come over and he'll smell it, and you go, I heard Ted Williams one time smells the burnt wood. I'm going to see if I'm as good.
The 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Slowly hit foul. He was actually even in the independent league.
He smelled it again.
He's a big leaguer, Al. What do you expect?
That's it. I mean, I wonder if he'll proclaim to the world, hey, I did smell it, like burnt wood, if it ever happens.
Did you ever do that? And did you ever smell burnt wood?
I can honestly say no. I never attempted to smell.
Have you ever heard of that, though? Of guys doing that?
At that time, no.
Runner not going, and it's pulled foul. Let's see if he smells.
Yep. He hasn't jumped up and down yet.
No, he hasn't.
I guess you can't really, I mean, how about hit a home run and then smell it?
Right.
I think you'd make good, solid contact then, but it's the friction.
He'll just drop the bat this time and run to first, a single. And 2 base hits here in the top of the second for the Phillies. 1 down, and it brings in Brett Myers. Good at bat on pitch number 8. Gets the single.
And battling out there, loads up on the backside, lifts that front leg, comes on forward. A lot of movement, but comes through with the base hit.
Brett Myers was the Phillies' opening day starter in 07, and then he pitched the last day of the 07 season in relief. It's only the 3rd time an opening day starter has pitched the last day of the same season in relief.
Now he's a former #1 draft pick.
Ernie Broglio did that with the Cardinals in '63. Kenny Rogers most recently in 2006 before Brett Myers. He's got 4 sacks this year.
His father was a boxing trainer and had some champions in his corner. And Myers did a little boxing as an amateur.
Oh, 2 the count. What are your early impressions on Mitchell Boggs so far? Not just today, but in general since he's been called up.
Well, I kind of like the fact that, he's been aggressive. He throws strikes, and he's got a lot to learn, and this is a tough lineup for him. They've got the professional hitters in there.
The bunt is down. They'll go to third. Out there. So it's a foul ball is what they're going to call it. And runners back to first and second. So that was the 0-2 pitch, a foul ball, strikeout. And the second of the day for Mitchell Boggs. Really, the Phillies catch a break because this would have been a double play.
Right. Bunts it. See it back up.
I think it hit him.
Hit the bat.
Uh-huh.
So it's a foul ball, and as you said, otherwise it would have been a double play.
Jimmy Rollins, switch hitter. Ricky and I were talking about it on Friday. When you see Jimmy, you think of Steve Klein.
The home run that he hit?
Yes, sir.
Hit a home run up in the upper deck at the old ballpark in Philadelphia. And Steve Klein yelled at him all the way around the bases, thought he'd showed him up, and he really didn't.
No. We had a replay of it, and he just trotted around the bases.
Right, and and I mean, Steve was adamant at the time, and then when we showed him the replay, and he goes, I guess you're right.
But it wasn't the first time nor the last that maybe he misinterpreted a situation. He's back at home.
Hopefully he'll come out and see us sometime. Very, very good guy.
Here's a 3-0 pitch to Rollins.
What do you think he weighs?
That's a good question. And it's not wrestling season, so he could be pretty big. Well, he's done that the last few years, goes and coaches his wrestling team and loses literally about 40 pounds. Check swing did not go.
It's ball 4.
So bases are loaded for Jason Worth. First walk issued by Boggs. Inning started with a single by Jenkins. Dobbs would fly out to left. A single by Coast up the middle. Myers struck out. Walk to Jimmy Rollins. He's at first. And with 2 down, it's Jason Worth. Got to be careful with this guy. He does own a grand slam in his career. Two outs, bases loaded. It was just earlier this year that he picked up 8 of his 27 RBIs in one game. He tied a Phillies record, 8 RBIs in a game against Toronto in interleague play. Here's the 0-1. Pulled to Gloss. Steps and throws. The Phillies strand the bases loaded. They are here for Marty Hendon-Day, Red Shandies, Chad Mozeliak, and the great Lou Brock. 2-1 St. Louis. 2-1 St. Louis coming up later tonight. Sports Science. They'll take a look at Field Warriors. Dramatic injuries in sports and how they come back from them. That's all coming up later tonight on FSN Midwest. Molina, Boggs, and Kennedy. First pitch, a strike. Yadier Molina hitting .299. 3 homers and 24 RBIs. Myers has got it for the first out. And there's one away. Mitchell Boggs will dig in for the first time. What a thrill this must be for him, not just to be in the major leagues. I believe his parents are here, but to pitch in front of 40,000 plus on Father's Day. What a thrill.
I know his parents were in Cincinnati for his first major league start. About a 6-hour drive from Dalton, Georgia. I was kidding him the next day. So what did they have to do? Shut down all the carpet plants? And Mark Royale was sitting next to him, kind of looked at it like, what does that mean? You know, Dalton, Georgia is the capital of carpeting.
How'd you know that?
I lived in Georgia.
I know, but you lived in Atlanta, Georgia.
You want to honestly know?
Yeah, I want to know.
Because I bought all my carpeting up there.
See, now I get the answer.
From a Cub fan. I'll tell you that later.
You and a Cub fan.
Read the promo. Read the promo.
How many times I got to read this thing? All right, you can get Bob Gibson autograph stuff, okay? I want to hear about the Cub fan. All right, I'll tell you.
You better do it.
Tuesday, June 17th, Kansas City in town. And you'll get a one-of-a-kind replica ticket from Game 1 of the '68 World Series. 17 of those will be signed by Bob Gibson. And we still have seats remaining. So you and a Cub fan.
Well, you know, where the bullpen area is at Wrigley Field, and there I got to know the fans. I have fun with the fans, and got to talking to this guy all the time. And he always wore these flowered Hawaiian shirts back in the '70s, and I asked, well, what do you do? And he, if memory serves me right, he had a carpet store in Indiana. But he was a big Cub fan.
Kennedy into right.
So talking to him one time, said I was going to buy my carpet from him.
And that's it? That's
Going to break. Going to break.
2-1. Baseball brought to you by your St. Louis area Kia retailers. Kia, the power to surprise. By Aflac. Aflac, ask about it at work. And by Bank of America, the official bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Father's Day here at Busch Stadium. Always great to see the shots of the dads here at the ballpark with their kids.
Kind of generation from generation, huh?
Teaching the game. And a strike to Chase Utley. Third place hitter in this lineup. Fly to center his first time up. Utley cranks one out to deep right field. Leaping catch by Ludwig. And no trap on that play.
Nice play by Ryan Ludwig, who goes back on this ball, jumps up at the last second, and just in the middle of the warning track, so had a nice, easy time of coming down and bracing himself. Not sure where he is. You know, you see the chain link fence there and the padding. all coming into play. But that'll help a pitcher out.
I mentioned that trap as he made the final play in the ball game yesterday, ruled a catch, and clearly it was a trap.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and
but he sold
umpires
it.
did not.
He sold it.
Actually, if you really looked at it closely, his bare hand was so much a part of it. As the ball kind of bounced into his bare hand, and he smothered it into his glove and then raised it up to sell it to the umpires, and game was over. You couldn't even protest.
Charlie Manuel would say later, that's not why we lost the game. Other things we could have done, but you never know. And here it is from yesterday.
See it bounce up. Look at his fingertips on his left hand, pushing it right into the glove, and then held it up with a bare hand to sell it to the umpires. But you never know. In a one-run game, how big was that, though?
Oh, it's huge, no doubt. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Howard. He strikes out. 1 for 2 with an RBI double today. Good breaking ball here.
Well, you know, Boggs will tell you that he doesn't have the best breaking balls, kind of in between a slider and a curveball. He calls it, he himself calls it a slurve. And the big pitch that he's going to need to kind of build on and help him out is a changeup. But his fastball has late movement. So it's got that movement. That one was at 94, 95.
0-1 pitch to Pat Burrell. The Cardinals made a couple of just terrific defensive plays. One by Turris and the other one by Adam Kennedy, as he took away a hit from Ryan Howard with a backhanded play, but that was as good as you're going to get. Kennedy is near the second base bag as they've got a ship going the other way.
Those guys take a lot of pride in their defense, and when you got a pitcher who works fast, Loesch gets a lot of action. Everybody's ready.
Aaron Miles up with it, over to Duncan. Utley, Howard, and Burrell go down in order. Good play by Ludwig. He is due up third for the Cardinals. St. Louis leads it 2-1. Two to 1 St. Louis. We understand we're having some technical difficulties. Here is Schumacher, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Skip is first time up with a double and a run scored. The 1-1 pitch. In the air, out to right. Will it carry out of here? It will. His second in this series. Skip Schumacher, his 4th home run. We're showing you just one camera view right now because apparently a portion of the equipment has locked up down in the truck. So we're showing you with that one camera. So we apologize for that, but that's why you see that.
I don't think they mind when they see a Cardinal home run. Is it a bit alarming the way the Cardinals, the way the ball has flown out?
That's $21,000 raised for the home run challenge with that home run by Skip Schumacher, and you can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE.
You know, Dan, the way the balls have flown out in this series, I know we have some home run hitters, but Skip's not among them.
Slap the other way, base hit for Miles. His first hit of the day. So again, we apologize that a portion of that equipment is locked up down in our truck, and we have the use of one camera.
Hey, Dan, with these technical difficulties, I haven't wished you happy Father's Day.
And back to you.
Well, thank you.
Happy Father's Day, Al.
Yeah, same to everybody out there in our listening audience. Take away the color, and you can see what baseball was like.
That's right.
50 years ago.
People take this, though. Ball game is still on television. Chance to see it. Back-to-back hits to start this 3rd inning.
I got to apologize to Josephine Poole. Josephine, I want to tell you, your husband Jim gave me this note yesterday to wish you happy birthday, but we weren't on the air, so happy birthday, Joe. Joe Poole. Jim is one of our guards down there on the field that wanted to get out of trouble.
Oh, 1 pitch. Taken outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ludwig, who doubled and scored, picked up his 54th RBI back in the first. The 1-1 pitch. Instead of check over at first, and in there safely is Miles.
Still having technical difficulties, but Tom Mee, our excellent director, is punching cameras manually, whatever that means.
It's working harder than he ever has.
And he works hard all the time. They all work hard. and Dan, they probably need another blanket in there in the truck.
Gets cold in there.
Yeah, but their air conditioning went out earlier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So maybe that's affecting the switcher.
That's why the tempers are flared up on this Father's Day. The heat's getting to them, Al. We've dealt with it for years up here in the booth.
Oh, I know, and they've laughed at us. Told us how they need another jacket or two because it's so cold in there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, Bobby Knight is down there in the green seats. He's got a great seat. He's right by Tony La Russa. The General, Bobby Knight. Next to Ludwig. Those two have become friends as Bobby Knight will stop by in spring training. Mr. Havlicek will be there as well. There's Bobby Knight.
I wonder if he's in for Tony's tournament tomorrow.
Very well could be. Ludwig rips it foul. We've talked about it ever since he has come up. Boy, he does not get cheated. He's up there hacking.
And it's fun to see a guy swing hard, and when he does make contact, the ball jump off his bat.
He plays fearless in the field too, and you wonder in the back of his mind, does he get worried about injuries after everything he's been through? But he plays fearless.
I find that if you play that way, you avoid most injuries.
Popped up on the infield. Utley makes the catch.
A lot of times injuries happen when you play half-stepping, you know, or try to avoid of injury and not go full bore. But the body has a tendency to protect itself if you go full tilt.
Here's Rick Ankiel. Doubled off the wall and left his first time up. Cardinals with 3 doubles and a home run here in the first 3 innings. Off speed pitch and a strike to Ankiel. You ever talk to George Brett about the pine tar incident?
I never have, but let's do it.
We should get him on
the end of the week.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
End of the next road trip.
And I say that because I'm watching Tim McClellan work the strike zone behind home plate, and he was the man that day when they came out with the bat called him out.
And the Yankees were just waiting for the optimum time to do that. Had the pine tar too high on the bat.
Swing and a miss by Ankiel. Second strikeout. Everybody in Cardinal Nation should give a hearty thanks to Sean McStay. He is the engineer that has got the switcher working again. So thank you, Sean. And Tom Mee thanks you.
He really thanks you, Sean.
Troy Gloss grounded out to short his first time up. 3-1 Cardinals. Gloss opposite field. It's well hit to the track, to the wall, out of here. A 2-out homer. Number 9 for the Cardinal third baseman. 5-1 St. Louis.
Troy Gloss's 7th home run in his last 15 ball games. And to opposite field and hit it out into right center. I ask you again when we talk about our 21,000 for prostate cancer research. If you care to donate, there's a number to call. But in this series, we've had an unbelievable home run production for both teams.
It's warming up here in
Well, it's
town.
warming up, but it still isn't as hot as it's going to be.
No.
Phillies are starting to think this is a home run ballpark like theirs.
Duncan pops it up. Jimmy Rollins shading from the sun. Who wants it? It'll be the third baseman. Greg Dobbs puts it away. Cardinals pick up 3 more. Home run by Schumacher, a solo shot. Troy Gloss, a 2-run homer, his 9th. 5-1 Cardinals after 3. Look at the home runs coming in the same inning. Skip Schumacher, his 2nd in this series, and 4th overall. Then later, opposite field with 2 outs, Troy Gloss, and $42,000 raised for prostate cancer research with those 2 home runs for the home run challenge. Boy, Gloss is really starting to get hot, isn't he?
7 in his last 15 games. 7 home runs.
Jeff Jenkins. Jenkins, Dobbs, and Coast. You can see the team wearing the blue ribbons. And some of the players with wristbands that are blue. The 2-0 pitch to Jenkins, who singled his first time up. Pulled foul. We saw him all those years in Milwaukee.
I was talking to Jeff today before the game. He was talking about how much fun he's having playing for Charlie Manuel.
He would seem to be a player's manager.
He really is. He's a very funny man, and you know, he's hitting coach for a long time, had success over in Japan, long-time player, and just from West Virginia. He and Tony are 2 guys that have something in common. They both won divisions in each league. Not many have done that.
One with Cleveland and one with the Phillies. He's 64 years old. He played with Minnesota and the Dodgers. Tony La Russa, of course, winning in Oakland and now in St. Louis. And got to the playoffs with the White Sox as well.
Sure.
The 2-2 hit out to right. Ludwig is back and makes the catch. Hit it on the button, but right at Ludwig.
It's part of pitching too, knowing where your defense is.
Well, baseball is just such an odd game, and it's a funny game to where you can come out here on Friday night, get pounded with 21 hits, 20 runs, but then yesterday have a playoff style game. Barely over 2 hours you win that. Then you come out on Sunday and here you are 5-1 ahead.
Well, and Dan, maybe fans don't quite understand, but it's a great example of how we say a game like Friday night is easy to forget.
And maybe the Phillies' loss yesterday
is much tougher.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like Charlie said, well, you know, the trap to end the game wasn't what cost us the game. They had their shots, they had their opportunities, they just didn't capitalize, and so you dwell on those losses much more than just a total lopsided. You just say it wasn't our day.
Here's a 1-0 pitch. In the air, left field. Schumacher backs up, makes the catch. So Mitchell Boggs is starting to settle in here today. Chili's pitch count at 61. Now his last time out, only 5 innings. Let's see what Tony and Dave Duncan want to do today. With the injuries that the Cardinals have, it's good to see that Mitchell Boggs is last time out, and again today, giving the Cardinals some quality out there on the mound.
Well, the thing is, he's not afraid, and he's going out there. He's aggressive with his fastball. His breaking ball has been very good for him. And once he gets command of his changeup, he's going to be another weapon. But you can't teach fear and how to avoid it.
Little low and in. 2 balls and a strike on Coast, who is not sniffing his bat yet.
They hadn't fouled the pitch off yet.
Ground ball to short. Miles up with it. Over to the big target, Chris Duncan. 7 straight by Mitchell Boggs. Midway through 4, 5-1 Cards. I-70 Series returns to FSN for the first installment of 3 games at Busch. We'll have the entire series for you. Coverage beginning Tuesday and Wednesday at 6, Thursday at noon. The Royals and the Cardinals presented in high definition on FSN Midwest. Molina, first pitch fouled into the seats to Sea of Red this afternoon. The Fredbird Bobble Belly Day. Marty Hendon Day. Ice Cream Sundae Day. Visit us in the Ford Plaza Day. Ground ball hit to second. And the first out. Cardinal fans, be sure to be part of this year's 4th annual Purina Pooches in the Ballpark, Sunday, August 24th. Cardinals will take on the Braves. A very limited number of tickets go on sale at stlcardinals.com beginning on June 13th. 345-9000 to find out more. It's Pooches in the Ballpark.
Dan, I think with you hope Mitchell Boggs just goes and pitches as long as he can. But you know, with Reyes and also Isringhausen here, I think a lot of people, including Tony La Russa with an off day tomorrow, would like to see Izzy.
No doubt. Izzy has said that he wants to be the closer again. And the Cardinals are saying they'd like to see that as well, but they're going to ease him back into it here at the major league level.
It wouldn't hurt for Kyle McClellan to pitch. He hadn't pitched since Tuesday. That'd be a full week with the off day tomorrow.
It's 3 strikeouts for Brett Myers. First 2 retired. And it brings in Adam Kennedy. Kennedy with a home run yesterday. And the great play that he made backhanded on the ball hit by Howard. Here's yesterday in the home run.
Good to see Adam. You know, he's kind of been left out a little bit lately.
First pitch, a strike to the Cardinals second baseman. And this one is grounded to his counterpart, Chase Utley. Cardinals go in order. It's Father's Day here at the ballpark. And enjoying it. It's 5-1 St. Louis. Back at Busch Stadium on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all our Cardinal fans. And also to the folks in Big Mac land, Al. It's when you say, I'm going to spend Father's Day at Big Mac land. And away you go. And you never know. You might get a souvenir up there.
You never know. You might get a free Big Mac if you do.
That's right. Coming up after the game, it's our post-game show. U.S. Cellular, Cardinals Live. Pat Paris and Rick Horton will break down the action. They'll take you inside the Cardinals clubhouse. You'll hear from Tony La Russa live. It's the post-game show that just keeps on giving. U.S. Cellular, Cardinals Live. That was heartfelt. Now, when you read a promo, you got to really get behind it and sell it.
I'm trying to learn from you, Dan.
You got to really feel it.
And he stole the auto tire and heel attack.
Al,
anything else?
Al, no. It's unfortunate you'd say something like that on such a glorious afternoon on Father's Day. The 1-1 pitch to Brett Myers. Pass Duncan into right. So the pitcher is aboard to start the 5th. What are the Cubbies doing? They lead 7-0. That's in the bottom of the 7th.
Izzy stretching out back there. It's in good spirits.
He says he does this around the 5th or 6th. He'll start stretching. He actually starts the ball game in the dugout. Then he might go shower. Then he heads out to the bullpen. They start stretching. And they've got a weighted ball that he'll start throwing off the wall out there, getting loose. And of course, you're thinking about now, I'm sure to an extent he's probably got butterflies, even though he's been on baseball's biggest stage at times, but trying to come back. And he said losing games is one thing when you're the guy because you're upset that you did it and it falls on your shoulders, but there's 24 other guys that are counting on you to get that final out, to get that save. And he said that's the worst part, letting down your teammates. The 1-1 pitch to Rollins. Off speed delivery. Duncan throws to second high, but they'll get the lead man. I don't think they would have gotten two with Rollins going down the line. And it's time to go pitch by pitch, brought to you by Chevrolet.
It's fastball down and away, and he misses completely trying to repeat that pitch. And a little slider coming in. Got the ground ball on the right side and one out. But I don't know. I think I'd rather have Brett Myers on first base than Jimmy Rollins.
You are correct, Al.
Thank you.
And Rollins has a steal today already.
It was his 13th of the season without being caught, and he's going back to last season, 27th consecutive.
Jason Worth with one out. 5-1 Cardinals.
Slightly got away from Molina, and he ready to throw out Rollins, but no advancement.
So Ducky Schofield played 19 years. There's the block by Molina.
His father played 4 years, Jason, and his mother, talk about athletic family, Kim Schofield Worth, competing in the U.S. Olympic trials in the long jump and 100 meters.
So I guess you could say it's an athletic background.
Yes, I would think so.
Another check on the runner over at first. Look at that card out there in the Cardinals bullpen. It is perched perfectly right in the middle of things, Al. And they'll drive that out there.
Kyle McClellan will drive it out there. And it has bottles of water in it for the bullpen.
It's kind of an odd sight, though, when you see the pitcher driving that out there.
If you're spent time in the bullpen, there's nothing odd.
But you love being around the fans.
Now the flag is what's odd.
What's it say?
Something cycles, I think. I think that's Tim Garcia's motorcycle.
And that misses low and in. So the second walk issued by Mitchell Boggs. 2 runners on. And now you get Chase Utley. So here is a big spot in this game with only 1 out. Runners at first and second. You've got Utley here, then on deck Ryan Howard. Utley is flied to center. He's also flied out to right. Homered in game 1 of this series. This is a lineup that, as a team, they're hitting .262. First in extra base hits and total bases. Second in home runs, second in slugging percentage.
They have 100 home runs already.
Yep. And that hit him. So bases loaded now as the tying run comes to the plate, and Ryan Howard, and quickly they're on the phone.
I think all along with the off day tomorrow, they were assuming he'd get 5, and they're just kind of guiding that pitch. Looked like got him right on the back toe. Watch the back foot. Just on the top of the foot.
The visit here by Dave Duncan to try to calm down Boggs, also to give his bullpen time to get loose. Right-handers up and throwing. Here's McClellan.
As I said, he needs to get into a game, but in this case, kind of get it back under control. And now something we haven't seen today, but if you go back to Boggs' major league debut, in 2 innings, he induced 2 ground ball double plays. He's got a candidate now, and he could use one.
Also could use the strikeout. We've seen that a lot from Ryan Howard. Howard has an RBI double back in the first. He struck out in the third.
1 swing, and this is a tie ball game.
17 home runs so far this year. Off speed pitch.
Change up right there. That's in a pretty good spot, down and away. Ryan well off the plate, but he dives into the plate.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Howard, you might remember, had a grand slam last year against the Cardinals. Flashback, here it is. September 17th, and bam.
That one to left field.
The 2-1 pitch. Howard pulls it for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes another. 2 runs will score. It's still 1 out, and it cuts the lead to 5-3. Ryan Howard picks up his 3rd ribby of the day, now at 57.
Yeah, what, 5 on Friday night? With a multi-home run game. A little breaking ball or off-speed pitch that just catches too much of the plate, pulls it through the right side. You're looking for a ground ball. He got one, but hit too hard and through the hole.
If Burrell would reach, Al, do you think that would be it for Boggs?
Yes.
That's going to be it right now. So the go-ahead run and Pat Burrell at the plate, and that's going to be it for Mitchell Boggs, who cannot get through 5. Gives up 6 hits and 3 runs. Kyle McClellan coming in a key spot in this game midway through. 5-3 St. Louis, but here come the Phils with just 1 out and 2 runners on. And Pat Burrell coming up when we come back. 5-3 St. Louis over the Phillies here in the top of the 5th. And let's check in with Jim Hayes.
Yeah, I'm with, it is Father's Day, and I'm with Mitchell Boggs' father, Tommy. First, how nerve-wracking for you to sit through his 2nd big league start?
It's nerve-wracking. I sort of sit here and keep quiet and don't bring attention to myself.
You know, talking to him before this start and before his last, he seems to be the kind of guy that doesn't get real wrapped up in it, not too nervous.
No, he handles that a lot better than I do. He seems to be pretty calm when he goes out there.
Burrow swing and a miss. What kind of guy was he like growing up? Did you realize at some point when he was younger that he would in fact be a big league ball player someday?
I think he probably didn't really realize that until his senior year in high school. That's really what he set his goal on. He was always wanted to be a football player. You know, growing up that was his first love.
That's off Miles' glove, and a run does score. But a pretty good Father's Day, I would imagine. A beautiful day in St. Louis, and you get to watch your son do his thing.
It's a great day, yeah. It's something else. I mean, it's almost surreal. You know, you grow up watching all these guys play, and you know, you grow up going to ball games, and to see your son out there is really something special.
Well, enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you very much.
All right, Tommy Boggs, guys, we go to you.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Good stuff. And now it brings in Jeff Jenkins. This is our Chevrolet call to the bullpen. Kyle McClellan, 31 games and a 2.38 ERA. And his parents are here, of course, the St. Louisan Kyle McClellan.
Well, Kyle needs to get in this game. His last outing was Tuesday, and you don't like to wait that long, or you know, if he didn't pitch with the off day tomorrow, it'd be a full week. So tough luck on that first one. Hard hit, but could have been turned into a double play.
1 ball, 1 strike. It was off the bat of Pat Burrell, who has come alive again this season. He's had a bounce back year with that RBI now with 46 to go along with 18 homers. Runners at first and second. Burrell at first. Howard is at second. The 1-1 pitch to Jenkins. 2 balls and 1 strike. Single back in the second. He's also flied out to right. McClellan should feel strong, but you, of course, with that kind of layoff, get a little worried about location. Opposite way. Schumacher on the move. And out of play. That'll find the seats.
Mentioned the Cardinals in rubber games recently are what, 7-2. Also have played very well at home, on day games where they've won their last 4 day games and 6 of the last 7. So a couple things going for Tony La Russa, but he saw that 5-1 lead slip now to a 5-4 Cardinal lead.
You might remember it was just a week ago, and there is what you're talking about, 3-game series this season, but just a week ago in Houston, once the Cardinals learned they were without Wainwright, and right now you don't know about Wellemeyer. Good pitch held on to by Molina, but it was at least brought up the subject of Kyle McClellan moving into the starting rotation.
You only would do that is if you were going to leave him there. But you wouldn't want to take him out of his 6th, 7th inning spot where he's done an outstanding job. He's second in the National League in holds with 16. And you know, because who replaces him in that area? So you're much better off if it's only 1 or 2 starts having a Mitchell Boggs or Anthony Reyes, somebody like that, and leave him in his well-established area where he's excelling.
Chris Carpenter will get a second look at his elbow from Dr. James Andrews. And McClellan has had ulnar nerve surgery and also Tommy John.
Yeah, what you do is you have the Tommy John first. And in Kyle's situation, he developed scar tissue. Never had a problem really with the ulnar nerve, but scar tissue developed and then started pinching the nerve. Then they went in and just for a little minor cleanup surgery to take care of the scar tissue.
Greg Dobbs, 1 ball, no strikes, 2 runners on. Cardinals have been out hit 7-6, but they lead it 5-4. Phillies thus far today, they've stranded 4. There's Albert Pujols, says he feels a lot better than what he thought it was going to be with that sore calf. Three-0. Chris Coast is on deck. How will the Cardinals fare with Pujols out of the lineup?
One of those challenges where everyone has to rally around and find a way.
Little high, and it's ball 4. So McClellan has come in. He has given up a single, RBI to Burrell, struck out Jenkins, walked to Dobbs. Bud Light keeps it coming. It's our Bud Light What's on Tap. Royals and Cardinals Tuesday at 6, presented in high definition. McClellan's first walk since May 17th against Tampa Bay. That's how good he's been. Bases loaded for the second time today for the Phillies.
Remember, he had that little bout where he of wildness, but he stopped that.
The 1-0 pitch. Two 2-0.
Pitch is not missing by much, and backup breaking ball. Saw the design was supposed to be down and away, and backs up and stays inside just ever so slightly.
And that's a strike. 2-1. Crowd a little bit restless here at Busch Stadium. It's turned into a long top of the 5th. Cardinals had a lead of 5-1, now cut to 5-4. The 2-1 pitch to Coast. In on his hand. Boy, that really exploded back in, didn't it?
Probably ball 4, but as you said, it looked like it was going to be a good pitch, and then it exploded up and in.
The single was first time up back in the 2nd. He's also grounded out to short. Strike away from McClellan to get out of this jam. Two-2 pitch. Trying to get him to chase. What does he do here with a full count, bases loaded?
3-2 now with 2 outs, the merry-go-round.
It's Dobbs at first, Burrell at second. Howard can just walk on home. He's over at third. The 3-2 pitch. Got him. Chased a pitch out of the strike zone. Big strikeout. Another look at the pitch as we head to break. Chris Coast chased it out of the zone. 5-4 St. Louis midway through 5. Baseball on FSN Midwest is brought to you by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. By your local St. Louis Jeep dealers. And by Jack in the Box. We don't make it until you order it. Here's Skip Schumacher to lead it off for the Cardinals. Top of the lineup for St. Louis. Big day already for Skip with a double and a home run. 2 runs scored.
Looks like we're going to need more from him, though.
Phillies right back in this game, 5-4. By the way, for Cal McClellan, in his last 12 appearances, he's allowed just runs to score just 1 time. That was June 7th at Houston.
Brett Myers gave up the 5 runs through the first 3 innings.
Slowly hit towards first. Ryan Howard to Myers. And that's out number 1. We'll check out the Hyatt Regency Riverfront, perfectly located across from the Arch and steps from Busch Stadium. Ask about the Cardinals bat package, which includes tickets to the game and a personalized Rawlings engraved bat. The Hyatt Touch is back. Here's Aaron Miles, and the first pitch is a strike. Miles 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Pulls that foul. Cardinals with 2 runs in the 1st, 3 more in the 3rd. They lead it 5-4. Beautiful day here in downtown St. Louis. Happy Father's Day. Glad you're with us here on FSN Midwest. Chopper hit to second. Utley with it. 2 outs. Father's Day 2008. Beautiful afternoon here in St. Louis. Cardinals trying to win another series. It's amazing how many series the Cardinals have already won. We're only midway through June. Firestone leaderboard, slugging percentage leaders, and here they are.
What's it, number 2 for Ludwig?
Well, he's ahead of Albert Pujols now.
Yeah.
Ludwig today with a double, RBI, run scored.
Chipper Jones, so maybe there Ludwig's fallen to 3.
Well, the top 5 in the Cardinals order today, 6 for 11, 5 runs and 5 RBIs. The bottom 4, 0 for 8. And I think we both thought going into the season the bottom half of this order would be a concern. But for the most part, you know, the Cardinals get on base. The on base percentage as a team has been very good.
Always involved in close runs games, so not a lot of breathing room for the relief corps.
Utley retires Ludwig. And the Cardinals go in order. Top of the lineup coming up for the Phillies. Myers, Rollins, and Worth. You gotta like this Geico quote from Dale Berra, Yogi's son. The only thing my father and I have in common is that our similarities are different. And look at that sign. My dad was supposed to be here, and apparently that gentleman tells our cameraman down there that his dad did not show up because he said it was going to be too hot. You're sitting in the sun. It's pretty darn hot down there.
Oh, yeah.
So Dad is probably the smart one.
No, I wouldn't say that. I said maybe the son should have bought champion tickets.
The Champions Club.
Champions Club.
It's a good point, Al. Father's Day is only once a year.
Yeah.
Buck up and do it.
That's why I watched the game Friday night.
Who'd you have in town?
Lisa came in town.
Your daughter from the West Coast.
Right. So Nikki and June and Lisa. Tonight, Tiffany and Westland were going to come, but you gave me your cold, and I gave it to Tiffany.
How come when anything adversely affects you, it's my fault?
Because we're partners.
You know, Dan, it's tax day. I got to hear about that.
Well, let me remind you, estimated taxes are due tomorrow.
I know they are. Not happy about it either. 3-2 pitch. Right down the middle. So Myers strikes out. 3 already for McClellan. This should be fun. FSN Midwest is proud to be part of 2 events next weekend. Next Saturday is Race for the Cure. FSN Midwest thanks the 682 people who have signed up for our FSN and St. Louis Blues team. That's for the Susan G. Komen Foundation. John Kelly and Lee Stepniak will take part in the festivities. John, our broadcaster. And Kelly and his partner Bernie Federico will have a busy weekend. FSN Midwest sponsors the Blues Hockey Fest at Scott Trade Center as well. 20th through the 22nd. Bobby Hall is going to be part of that. He's going to come on into St. Louis. Here's a 1-1 pitch. We got a charity game.
Aren't you going to play?
No, Al. I'll be coming home from Boston and then watching the Red Sox and the Cardinals on Fox Saturday Baseball. Out to left, Schumacher. 2 down. Rollins has been quiet in this series for the most part. Only has 1 base hit, but he has walked 3 times.
See if Kyle can establish a little control of this ball game.
Do you know how to ice skate?
Very poorly.
Well, it's all right. A lot of people struggle out there. Maybe we should get you out there and let you play in the charity game.
Excuse me, I thought you said you were not going to play.
Correct. I'm unavailable.
Well, then I would presume I am too.
No, you'll be back here in town.
We do everything together.
No, you'll be back here in town. I'm going to go ahead and call Bruce Affleck and make sure that he understands that you're available for next weekend in Hockey Fest. Don't give me that look.
I told you who taught me how to play hockey.
Plaguers.
Yeah.
Pass Duncan into right. And Worth hustling out of the box. Stops it first. Nicely done by Ludwig in right.
But that is the way to run the bases. You leave the batter's box thinking to be very aggressive, take that wide turn, and then as soon as that outfielder comes up firing like Ludwig does, then you put on the brakes. But think too until you see this. And that quick getting the ball back to the infield, that stopped Worth. And then you saw Davey Lopes talking about Kyle McClellan's move.
Yeah, we would characterize Schumacher's arm as above average. Certainly Ankiel's, that's obvious. How about Ludwig's? What do you think?
I think it's, you know, it is a, I'm going to say it's an average right field arm.
And for left?
Would be, a, you know, it would be maybe a little bit below Schumacher's, but still a better than average left field arm.
Chase Utley 0 for 2. Thing I noticed about Ludwig, he's pretty accurate too.
Well, and you know how we talk, he's aggressive, and that's the whole key too. If you come up aggressively getting that ball back in, that's going to stop most guys. But if they know that you are accurate, then it really puts on the brakes.
Tying run is over at first.
Like Pat Burrell, a lot of times clubs will run against him because he's inconsistent with his accuracy as a left fielder. And we saw that today earlier.
0-1 the count.
You know.
Yep. Goes on his double. Runner goes, good jump, and it's pulled foul.
Exactly right, Dan. Skin had a good jump, and Davey Lopes, who was an outstanding base stealer. I want to say Davey had at least 400 steals in his career. But Davey, when Worth got on first base, he started talking about the hand position of Kyle McClellan when he gets on base. When he comes to the set position, where his hands were, giving him the keys to how to get that better jump and when to break.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Al. Isn't Davey Lopes a cancer survivor?
You know, somewhere I think so. I'm thinking prostate.
Yeah. We know Joe Torre. We know Dusty Baker. Men involved in baseball.
Bob Watson. There's a lot more than you may suspect.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
See, watch when Worthright got there. See, this is the first thing that Davey Lopes was talking about. How he breaks, when you can get that jump. When he breaks and he has to go to home is when you can take off. It looked like he wanted to go on that one, and Kyle stepped off very innocently. But that's something that maybe Tony, paying attention, gets the read, and he might call for a throw over.
Runner goes again, swing and a miss. Changeup, off-speed pitch from Kyle McClellan. He strikes out the dangerous Chase Utley. The Phillies have stranded 8 on the afternoon. St. Louis leads it by a run. It's 5-4. Rick Ankiel down the right field line, and this ball is off the wall. It scoots away from Jenkins. Ankiel with a triple to start play here in the bottom of the 6th. It's that portion of the wall that can play tricks on you out there. For the most part, it's pretty easy to handle, but a couple different places where it jets out, and that's one of them.
Well, you get a good look at it right here as he hits it down here. Not too sure he didn't think it was a home run or Jenkins, but it caroms by him as there is a tricky little corner right there. Not really as bad as others tricked up, but it makes it a little exciting. And look at Rick run. That leadoff triple, boy, that is huge in a one-run game. Bullpen activity now for the Phillies.
4th career triple for Rick Ankiel. The ball scoots away from Coast, but Ankiel stays put. 12th triple of the season for the Cardinals. To put it in perspective, they had a total of 13 last year.
A little more speed. We've talked about that, and key at bat here for Troy Glaus. He already has a 2-run home run in this ball game. RBI total up to 43, and you'd like a few more. Matson warming up, a right-hander.
1 ball, 1 strike. 9th home run for Troy Glaus, back in the 3rd. Opposite field, 2-run shot with 2 outs. At that point, it made it 5-1. It's now 5-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Coast will give it a look. Out of play.
Very warm day, and it wouldn't take long for a Cardinal reliever to warm up, but kind of wondering why, and you know they're talking about it right now. Who would you get up? We'll find out in a second.
It's the last time we've seen. Well, there's Marty Mason. Valone, we saw Friday night, really took one for the team. I was just about to say Perez.
Yeah. Move everybody up a little bit, and you have that because you still bring in Izzy in, say, the 8th inning or something. But ideally, if you can get a couple runs right now and take a little pressure from later on in the game. But this is the other thing too. Tony's design is to maybe have a less pressure situation, but it may not happen.
1-2 pitch. Glaus pops it up. Throws the bat. Foul territory. Catch made.
Couple wicked pitches running in on him.
Let's talk a little bit about that, Al, because ideally, like you said, if it would have been 5-1 in the 6th or the 7th, you'd say, why not use Jason Isringhausen? Here's a look at the Suntrup.com cam, brought to you by the Suntrup Automotive Group.
Got in on him a little bit, and the only thing you do is pop it up, and no advancement to an outstanding pitch. This is the key at bat right now. The infield in.
Duncan 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second, also popped out to third. But a pressurized situation. But again, if you're Tony La Russa, you're using that roster spot. At some point, he's got to come into a game. And if it's today, it's today. The 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think you kind of pull out all stops because you had the 5-1 lead. You got the off day tomorrow. It's a big, important win.
Duncan, a ground ball to Howard. He can't come up with it. And Chris is safe at first. Run scores to make it 6-4. was slowly hit, and Keel was off on contact. Even if he fields it cleanly, I'm not sure they get him at the plate.
I would give him an RBI, but it has to be an error. And give him an RBI and the E on Howard. So Cardinals now a 2-run lead, as you can see our suntrip.com. Suntrip Family Auto Centers. And that is a big additional run.
First RBI for Duncan since coming back from Memphis. And here's Molina with a pair of groundouts today. And he's 0 for 2.
Now you may not pinch hit for Kyle McClellan, depending on what Molina does.
Hardest batter to strike out. Striking out once every 25 ABs is Yadier Molina. And how about his brother? He's in the top 10 in batting average. Runner goes, hit and run on, popped up. Shallow left. Rollins backing up and makes the catch. To pull back Kyle McClellan and use a pinch hitter here.
Remember, you got a short bench. You're carrying an extra reliever now. And so is Looper is going to pinch hit. Wainwright not available, and Looper had been leading pitchers in batting average this year. So playing with one short on the of your extra men. Charlie Manuel's going, wait a minute. Pitcher bats 8. Now pitcher's pinch hit. What's going on? What am I missing?
And this guy used to be a closer, and now he's a pinch hitter. 2 outs for Looper.
Batting .385.
Boy, Miles was so effective the other night, Al. That 66-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's the 3rd time he's done the job as a pitcher. That's why he should have been a Hungo Award winner. And that's why I'm never going to let you make that decision again. Anything to say to that?
I didn't make the decision.
Who made it?
Again, here you go starting to blame me.
Well, who's in charge here, Dan?
That was your decision.
No, it was not. There's Big Dog. Now he's always going to be a candidate.
There's Tony.
Oh, there's Tony. Now he was your award winner. I thought, you know, I was all for the Crew until you got that tight ball game and Miles pulled it out.
Time is called down on the field as they let Coast come to his senses after that foul ball right off his mask.
It's kind of what I was thinking about you, coming to your senses.
And I appreciate that. 10 hits for Looper this season and hitting .385.
Other teams start paying attention to him. He was well over 400.
Breaking ball, and that's pulled fair. Tough play and safe. It's a base hit for Looper.
What a pinch hitter. 11 hits now, Dan, in case you want to know. Breaking ball hits it right off the end of the bat. Dobbs gets to it, but by the time he throws it, Looper hustling all the way. Just fair. Took him a little time to set himself.
Really took his time.
Well, you know, he thought a pitcher was running, but that wasn't a pitcher. That was a pinch hitter.
Suntrip Automotive Group is a proud sponsor of the suntrip.com cam.
Yeah, the Suntrip Automotive Group. Charlie Manuel maybe has seen enough. He's had Matson warming up. Warm day here.
Looper, by the way, second in the major leagues for pitchers with 11 hits. Carlos Zambrano is 16.
No call yet, but Tim McClellan, the crew chief and home plate umpire, out to talk to Charlie. Looks like he's going to stick with them.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Dueling banjos, Father's Day here at the ballpark. Cesar Izturis looks at a ball, and he's batting for Kennedy. One ball, one strike. 6-4 Cardinals with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Izturis, a ground ball to Howard, handles it easily over at first. Cardinals pick up a run on the RBI from Duncan, his 17th. 6-4 Redbirds. Cardinals baseball on FSN Midwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Hey, the All-Star game is coming up. Only on Fox. Tim McCarver and Joe Buck will have that for you Tuesday, July 15th from Yankee Stadium. Our Chevrolet call to the bullpen. Here's Chris Perez. Want to know his record, ERA under 2. And the righty takes over for Kyle McClellan.
Chris Perez making a name for himself around baseball with that blazing fastball and outstanding slider. He last pitched on Tuesday also, so good time for him to get a little work, preserve this 2-run lead, but he's going to have to earn it.
Here's Ryan Howard. This is not the Phillies' last visit to St. Louis. We're going to see him again.
Yeah. I'm sure Ryan's family and friends are very happy about that.
And how about the way that he is hit against the Cardinals? And in particular at this ballpark, that pitch sails to the backstop, 2 balls and no strikes. We saw a pitch last Sunday on Miguel Tejada go up and in by Perez. He's not afraid to throw inside one bit, and since he's gotten to the major leagues, he hasn't been afraid at all. Not tentative. The 2-0 pitch. 3-0. The 3-0 pitch to Howard. Taken for a strike. Ryan Howard here, then Pat Burrell and Jeff Jenkins. 6-4 Cardinals here in the top of the 7th. And that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk, tying run comes to the plate. And certainly that's the last thing that Perez wants to do. The official online shop of the Cardinals, STLCardinals.com, and browse the largest selection of gear, including caps, t-shirts, jerseys, and more. Straight from the source, shop STLCardinals.com today. Here's Pat Burrell. Breaking ball and a strike taken by Burrell. Homered yesterday. RBI single back in the 5th today. I had to wake up Garcia just to get the copy for the promo. Here comes the 0-1 pitch.
It's amazing. He was more alert on the road those 2 games.
Strike 2. So 0-2 here on Pat Burrell. How about a double play? How about a strikeout? 1-2. Well, he throws hard. 95 miles an hour with that last pitch.
And you know, he's just a little bit effectively wild, to where you throw hard and you aren't quite sure every pitch goes where you want it, and this is what separates him, this slider.
1-2 pitch. Here it comes, and Burrell gets a piece. Of course, Perez from Miami and Pat Burrell, 3 years at Miami. Al, in his career in 3 years, the college level, he had 61 home runs and had an .888 slugging percentage, which is second all-time behind Pete Incaviglia, who played at Oklahoma State.
I think Pat Burrell's had a little better career than Incaviglia.
Here's a 1-2. Got him. Struck him out. You have been asking for this all afternoon long, and I'm going to give it to you. It is time for the Hardee's hot pitch of the game.
I have been asking for it, and I receive it. Right here as he throws a fastball. Wasn't his best, but it was up and in. You have to remember the pitch that was down and away. Change that eye angle, throw it up there. The only thing they're going to do is pop it up or swing and miss.
Jeff Jenkins, 1 for 3 with a strikeout.
97 on our gun, 98 on the stadium gun.
As you always say, though, you look at the hitter and their reaction, and Jenkins certainly late with that swing.
Well, the hitter will tell you how good your fastball is. People get enamored with the velocity, but swing and miss is what will tell you that it's good enough.
1 ball, 1 strike. Perez has allowed just 2 earned runs in 13 appearances prior to today.
Really like the way he goes about his business. You know, Mitchell Boggs is not afraid. Chris Perez definitely is not afraid.
Here's the 1-1 on its way. There's another example of what you're talking about with the hitter not able to catch up.
Yeah. And when you see a hitter send a foul ball right straight back over the catcher's shoulder, then you know that he's pretty much on that delivery. But when they're swinging, missing, or you're fouling it off to the opposite side, they're not on the pitch at all. Fastball in.
Runner goes. Good jump by Howard. And no chance for Molina. Thought the ball may have gone down his jersey. So a stolen base for Ryan Howard.
Well, and Molina is going to go out and remind Chris Perez. He thought about doing it a pitch or two earlier. And I'm sure Davey Lopes was saying, take it, you can get it, because he's not paying any attention at all to the runner at first base. Molina couldn't hang on to it. He had a little trouble with it. But he just steals this off of Chris Perez. And that is a trademark with a lot of closers, a lot of guys that are just power pitchers. They're maximum delivery guys, and they don't pay attention to base runners, or they just not quick at all.
3-2 on Jenkins. That's the second career steal, if you're wondering, for Ryan Howard. They've got what, 2 today?
2 today. 1 by a base stealer and 1 by a guy taking advantage.
3-2 pitch to Jenkins, who has 6 home runs on the year. Slices it down the left field line, but positioned perfectly. Schumacher makes the catch.
Now, why would you play Schumacher there?
I was about to ask you that, because, you know, Jenkins, they have played to pull his entire career. And I guess the reasoning would be is that the guy on the mound is throwing close to triple digits.
That's part of the reason, but Schumacher was playing near the line, so he's able to get that ball with just about a foot or 2 fair.
The SunTrip.com cam is brought to you by the SunTrip Automotive Group. Greg Dobbs, the hitter, with 2 outs. Runner at second base.
This is a Phillies team that usually scores late in games, too. Good breaking ball there. Doesn't get the call.
The Cubs have won today, 7-4 over the Toronto Blue Jays. That's now a final.
Yankees are having a little fun at the expense of the Astros.
11-0.
Boston's waking up.
Grounder pulled foul. What are the Red Sox doing at Cincinnati today?
They're leading 9-0 in the bottom of the 9th.
They were able to win the game yesterday in extra innings after Jonathan Papelbon blew his 3rd save. Edwin Encarnacion with a home run.
Detroit is gearing up. Cardinals never won a regular season game in Detroit.
The 1-1 pitch. Tap foul. Strike 2. Want to wish a happy 50th wedding anniversary to Norm and Joan Crumry. Norm and Joan Crumry. Big Cardinal fans, 50th wedding anniversary today and watching us on FSN Midwest. Congratulations.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And changing signs a little bit, or was that just a decoy? Fastball up and away. He wants to elevate it.
And time called. Happy 40th birthday to Mimi Gaines, who's watching us today.
All the touches that Molina was doing on his knees and shoulder, maybe all decoys with the runner out there.
The 1-2 pitch.
To a slider that out away.
One of the question marks for the Cardinals would be who pitches the 8th inning. And in that 8th inning, do you go to an Isringhausen or do you send Perez back out there if he gets Dobbs here?
You could. Springer was your 8th inning and at times, so we'll have to wait and see. Wouldn't hurt. I'm just not sure what they want to do with Izzy. So 97 to 81.
And that's what I mean. You got a situation type ball game, playoff type team here with the Phillies. And they've talked about trying to ease him back into it. This might not be the right time to do it.
I wouldn't think so.
2-2 the count.
But, you know, at some point, you're not going to know about Izzy until you put him into a tight game. Anthony on the left, Izzy on the right.
Strikeout for Perez. 2 in the inning. The Phillies have stranded 9 on this Father's Day. Time to stretch, and the top of the order is coming up. Debbie Muir is today's merchandise winner in the Hyundai Long Drive Inning Sweepstakes. If the Cardinals hit a home run, Debbie Muir qualifies for the Hyundai Sonata drawing in September. To register, visit a St. Louis area Hyundai dealer. 6-4 St. Louis here in the bottom of the 7th. And Milwaukee in the bottom of the 8th is leading the Twins 3-2. Here is Ryan Madsen, 29th appearance for Ryan. Record of 1-0. And he'll get the top of the lineup for the Cardinals. Skip Schumacher, Aaron Miles, and Ryan Ludwig. Schumacher, a home run and a double today, 2 runs scored. So Madsen takes over. First pitch taken upstairs. One ball, 1 strike. Just saw a menacing picture of Al Raboski here in our booth. What year was that from?
Well, it was the bicentennial cap, so I would assume 76.
There you go. Did you ever smile in any of your photos as a kid?
No.
Were you a bully?
I was a nice mama's boy until I met Torrey and Brock and Gibson, Carver, Carlton. They all corrupted me. And I've been thanking them ever since.
The 2-2.
Gibby's going to be here Tuesday. I'm going to make it come on the air.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's he coming in for?
What was your promo you read the other day? Or yesterday for the last week?
Hey, he could have already signed those tickets. You know, it's been known to happen where you can actually have a promotion and sign the tickets before the actual date.
I think they're also going to acknowledge his 17 strikeouts. Or whatever the reason is, but he's coming in.
How about you jumping all over me?
Cat did such a great job. Maybe I'll let Cat talk to him.
You got him Pete Rose and you got him George Foster last week. I know that Jim Hayes was very, very appreciative, Al. You know, Al, I got to be honest. We love it when Jim's on the road with us. How about the work on the pregame show that he does, Al?
Oh, my goodness. Well, he was all over the Father's Day theme.
Kyle Loge was interviewed with his baby in his arms.
Cute one, too, right?
Kyle McClellan was interviewed, talking about what his dad has meant to him over the years. Says he still talks to him every night after the games. Now, that would be a little tough when we're on the West Coast.
Well, it's easier for Kyle.
Yes, it is.
That's the relationship he has with his father. Of course, Kyle's brother, older brother, was his pitching coach in high school. I'm sure still a mentor.
Pulled foul. Madsen, by the way, has allowed 42 home runs in his career. One to the Cardinals. And that one is this guy at the plate, Aaron Miles, back in 2006.
And that on.
A ball and 2 strikes.
He's got nearly 5 years of Major League service during that time.
Watch out. Boy, he does that all the time. It's late swings, and it was Miles who was at the plate when Encarnacion was hit on deck.
That's right. And watch bat come off the bat. Just kind of teach somebody. If you've got a left-handed hitter, people along the third base side are the ones that have to watch out. Right-hand hitter, it's usually the people in the first base side. Some of those check swings or really wants to be closer to the action, but sometimes you're a little closer than you want to be.
And a swing and a miss. Coast will have to fire to first. He does. Howard steps on the bag. And that's 2 strikeouts for Madsen here to start the bottom of the 7th.
Been a good reliever and spot time starter with the Phillies. 9-3 in 04, 11-9 in 06.
Ludwig is 1 for 3. Double RBI, run scored back in the first. He's popped out to second, also grounded to second. 6-4 Cardinals. Love to see one more run across the plate at least. No activity in the Cardinal bullpen. Two and 0. I think part of the reason that Ludwig has had more success, Al, is that he's not been swinging at bad pitches. I thought that, last year when he came up, he was aggressive and at times maybe over aggressive. Occasionally we'll see that now, but not as much.
There were times when he was frustrated with his low batting average, but he was very productive coming off the bench, and that's tough. You got to be very aggressive to do that, which fits his mold. But he also went home and he thought about how to make his season better, and I think he achieved it. And he felt he was proud of what he did, but he felt like there was still a lot more that he could do to reach his potential.
3-1. Said one of the things mechanically he tried to work on, he said it wasn't much, but wanted to shorten up his swing a little bit. He's been able to do that. Hits by direction, you see 35 to left, 25 to center, only 5 to right. A lot of room over there on the right side. And Ludwig, after a head in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, strikes out. And Madsen strikes out the side. 6-4 as we move to the 8th. Let's take a look at the Cardinals game summary here on FSN Midwest, brought to you by Jack in the Box on this Father's Day. Glad to have you with us. Cardinals with a 2-run lead at 6-4. Ludwig with a double after the Phillies had taken an early lead. Ricky Ankiel, RBI double. He also has a triple today. Ludwig, an outstanding play in right. Skip Schumacher with a home run. Troy Gloss, a 2-run shot. And here's Chris Coast. Fastball and a strike at 93 miles an hour. So here's our answer. Perez pitching the 8th.
Yeah, if memory serves me right, this is the first time in his major league career he's pitching more than 1 inning. It's also 8-9-1.
And with the off day tomorrow, as you mentioned, you don't mind pushing him extra inning. I feel that Isringhausen has corrected a couple of the flaws.
One of the things I'm most happy about is he's, acknowledged that he was giving up on his curveball and feels like he was corrected that mechanically, altering his motion on curveballs different than fastballs, and make that a weapon again. I've always thought that was a very, very good pitch that he didn't give enough credit.
26 pitches thrown for Chris Perez. 8 hits aside and a 6-4 St. Louis lead.
Fastball away.
Perez working from the stretch. Struck him out. 3 already on the afternoon for Chris Perez.
Walked the first man, and then it's been 3 or 4 in a row with 3 strikeouts.
Boy, he has electric stuff.
Now, see the movement on that pitch. That's a fastball. Victorino's going to pinch it, but great movement on it and exploding up in the zone.
And you are correct. This is the first outing longer than 1 inning pitch for Perez in his career here in the major leagues. Shane Victorino, we saw him start game 1 of this series. Off the bench now, hitting .276. He's got good speed. That pitch at 92 miles an hour. And with his speed, the corners are in. Outfield is straight away.
Last 45 games, he's just hit 1 point below 300. Started the season very slowly.
Cardinals off day tomorrow. Then we'll welcome Kansas City to St. Louis in interleague play. Cardinals get the Royals here for 3. And then after the day game on Thursday, we head to Boston. Another long road trip coming up.
Boston, Detroit, and Kansas City with an off day sandwiched between Boston and Detroit.
And 4 straight. Is that a ball? No, it's a strike. A late call by Tim McClellan.
It does throw you, doesn't it?
It does. Well, Victorino was waiting too. He was ready to throw the bat. That's strike 2. The 17th 3-game series the Cardinals have played this season. The Cardinals have lost the first game 8 times, and now they have a chance to come back and win 7 out of those 8. Popped up after falling behind 3-0. Gloss, fair territory, makes the catch. 2 outs. Always good if you can fall behind and then somehow, some way come back and get the hitter. And that's what Perez was just able to do.
And it looks like Russ Springer just casually throwing in the Cardinal bullpen in case Perez gets in a little trouble, but fell behind 3-0 but battled back.
Cardinals will have Joel Pinheiro against Kyle Davies on Tuesday night. Braden Looper, Brian Bannister on Wednesday. Thursday is the day game that Todd Wellemeyer, for right now, is scheduled to start. And that's against Zach Greinke. Very talented, trying to put it all together.
See Russ there, and Chad Durbin, who was warming up. He should be the next pitcher employed by the Phillies. And Victorino pinch hit for Matson.
One and 2. Just slider in that last pitch to Jimmy Rollins.
Asked for another one.
And Rollins hits it down the right field line. This could be trouble. Ludwig over. Almost came up with a fantastic play, and this will wind up being a triple for Jimmy Rollins with 2 outs.
You talked about how he's very aggressive offensively and defensively. And it really didn't make much difference. You know, talk about that slider in a second, but, you know, it's either going to be a double or it's going to be a triple. And with 2 outs, any kind of base hit's going to score him either way. So I guess it was worth the try, just off the fingertips. Now Flores is rushed to get ready for Ryan, or for Utley and Howard, and let Chris Perez do it again himself.
First pitch is a ball 2 worth. On base twice, he has scored a run. Back in the 5th, he's walked and singled.
You throwing that slider to a right-handed batter, you want it down and away. You throwing that slider to a left-handed batter, you want it up above his hands and tying him up. You throw it down and in, and they can kind of open up like Jimmy Rollins did and just whack it.
Now to visit is Molina.
How important was that extra run in the 6th inning for the Cardinals now?
Huge. 2 balls and no strikes.
RBI for Duncan, but scored on an error.
And there's a strike. Two and one.
I mean, I might have gone out and said, there's 2 lefties coming up. Randy's warming up, so if you want out of this inning, you got to do it yourself.
Little low.
Over the plate, but low.
Perez, that was pitch number 41. His previous high was 23, so territory he's not accustomed to. 3-1 pitch. So a triple and now a walk, and the go-ahead run, and Utley comes to the plate with 22 home runs. Perez walked 2.
Yeah, hard to imagine that they would let Perez face Utley right now when he's going on fumes.
So Flores had been getting loose, and here he comes. Key spot in this game with 2 runners on. Chase Utley coming up in a 2-run Cardinals lead. Six to 4 St. Louis here in the top of the 8th, and this is Randy Flores with 2 outs and 2 runners on to face the big hitting second baseman of the Phils, Chase Utley. Record of 1-0 for Randy. And for Flores, his last time out, one of frustration as he pitched against Cincinnati. Remember the 2 walks to their shortstop and then Ken Griffey Jr. with the bases loaded.
Yeah, the big problem was walking the man ahead of Griffey. Griffey forced in the go-ahead run, but walking a 220 hitter with Griffey on deck to load the bases. And now he's got another tough assignment right here in Chase Utley.
So there is Jimmy Rollins following his triple. Worth is over at first. He had a walk. Perez out of the game. And Chase Utley.
Utley has 10 hits in his last 28 at bats with runners in scoring position. So a very, very dangerous hitter. Already 22 home runs. One more than last year in 61 RBIs.
And Al, 11 against righties, 11 against lefties. It doesn't matter.
Fastball and balls behind the count.
I guess if you're Randy Flores, you're saying, I can't wait to get back out there after what took place Thursday in Cincinnati.
Well, that's it. It's got to be your mindset, and you're looking forward to a crucial situation. You got runners at first and third. You got Howard on deck, but you don't want to think about him. Save that for the 9th inning.
1 ball, 1 strike. Flores, 32 years of age. 70 appearances a year ago. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Florida beats Tampa Bay. That's a final now, 9-3. Pittsburgh over Baltimore, 5-4. Texas, 1-run win over the Mets, 8-7. Boy, how about that Mets club? Starting to fall apart again.
I say Willie Randolph's job is in jeopardy. Maybe it's by this weekend.
3-1.
Cardinal relievers, it just seems like rarely do they catch a break where they have a laugher. And frequently pitching 1-run, 2-run decisions. Never really a breathing point.
Inside, and the bases loaded for Ryan Howard. A triple, 2 walks. And here is Howard. And here's Dave Duncan. $45,391 in attendance today. So here's the St. Louisan with a chance to burn the team that he grew up loving.
He still loves them. Loves to hit against them. Randy's won most of these battles.
So here we go. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put Ryan Howard. 2-run lead for the Cardinals. First pitch, a swing and a miss.
See how good Randy's slider is. Outfield's deep.
What's it outside, gets it there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good pitches, you can get a strikeout.
The 1-1. So here's the situation that Randy Flores faced on Thursday night with Ken Griffey Jr. And now he's facing one of the game's best sluggers in Ryan Howard. 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
Ryan's pushing 100 strikeouts. So you got your outs.
Oh, 3-1.
On throwing slider, 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 and he just has only got 1 of the 4 over the strike zone.
Interesting. In 50 career at bats with the bases loaded, Howard has walked only twice. Now make it 3 times. 3 consecutive walks.
Springer will come in, face Pat Burrell.
Seven walks the Phillies have gotten today. So that's it for Randy Flores. 6-5. The bases loaded. Springer coming in to face Pat Burrell, and the game on the line.
On FSN Midwest is brought to you by Smooth Busch Beer and Easy Drinking Busch Light. By Chevrolet. See for yourself. Shop and compare at stlchevy.com. And by Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. Well, Russ Springer will come into this ball game. It's a 1-run game. Cardinals hold that slim 6-5 lead. 2 outs, bases loaded, and the ever dangerous Pat Burrell. He's 1 for 4 in the night. He got a couple strikeouts and an RBI base hit back in the 5th.
Boy, Howard has had a big series as far as RBIs are concerned. And Burrell takes a ball just outside.
He's got at least 9 RBIs for Howard in the series, right? 5 on Friday night. I don't know what he got yesterday.
He's got what, 3 today?
4 today.
4 today. That's right, the 2 RBIs back in the 5th. Had 1 in the 1st, and then the walk here in the 8th. Burrell. That pitch is strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looked to be a harmless inning. Coast was struck out by Perez. The pinch hitter was Victorino. He would pop out. Then a triple by Rollins. And then 3 consecutive walks to Worth, Utley, and Howard. Bases loaded. The 1-1 pitch.
Russ is missing. He's just barely missing. Friday night, he had his 15-game scoreless streak snapped. He was ejected in that ball game, a little low and a bit wide.
And time called.
Cardinals had the 5-1 lead. And it was 5-4. They added 1. Phillies came back with 1 here. What will it be after this pitch?
The 2-1. 3-1. Springer has just 8 career bases loaded walks. Burrell, though, is in the driver's seat here with a count of 3 balls and 1 strike. Bases loaded in a 1-run game, and here it comes. He walked him. 4 consecutive walks, and this game is tied at 6-6. That's hard to believe. 4 consecutive walks. LaRusse's reaction to the pitch.
Just slumped the shoulders. Taguchi's now going to pinch run for Pat Burrell. Another nice applause and well-deserved for So Taguchi.
Still cheering for him.
That's great.
Here's Jeff Jenkins. Game tied at 6-6.
What happened to our strike zone? I don't know if I've ever seen 4 walks in a row by 3 different pitchers.
Foul. 2 strikes on Jenkins.
You ever seen that?
No.
4 walks in a row by 3 pitchers, and 2 of them with the bases loaded. One, no, both of them, right? Yeah. Ouch. It's clouding up, Dan.
Yes, it is, and rain in the forecast. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Seemed to slow up his delivery a little bit there.
Yeah. Breaking ball, and Jeff Jenkins out of the mold of, if I see it, I'm going to swing at it.
The 0-2 fouled away. His base hit was first time up back in the 2nd. Since then, he has flied to right, he has struck out and flied out to left. After the first 2 outs, we've seen a triple, then 4 consecutive walks. Game tied 6-6. Bases loaded, the 0-2. Check swing, and he went. Strikeout of Jenkins. Brand new game, though. Bottom of the 8th, Dan Keel, Gloss, Duncan coming up. It's 6-6. 6-6 game, and the lefty is in for the Philadelphia Phillies. J.C. Romero Happy 4th birthday to Ellie Muskoff, who's tuned into our broadcast today. Chris Muskoff, her father, is working on Father's Day here in our booth. So happy birthday to Ellie. She's now 4. 6-6 game in the Cardinals half of the 8th. What a home run, Al, right about now from Ricky Ankiel.
I'll tell you what, he showed me something against this tough little lefty.
Romero is tough. He's been throwing pretty hard, too, with movement. Cardinals have hit multiple home runs for the 18th time today.
So he had 3 appearances where he's allowed runs from Romero, and this is his 31st appearance.
First pitch, a strike to Ricky Ankiel.
And 73 of his 81 appearances as a Philly have been scoreless.
This day in Cardinal history, Keith Hernandez was history. Traded away. When the Brock deal was done today, is what he told you earlier. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Give Madsen some credit. He kept it a 2-run game.
Absolutely. Struck out the side in royal fashion. Franklin warming up for the Cardinals. Or would you like to have him available in a tie game? Showing much better progress than.
Popped up. Rollins over. Takes charge. And makes the catch.
That was Worth. It would have been a real easy play, as he's now playing left field.
Here is Troy Gloss. Duncan on deck. Lilly got the win for the Cubs today. They beat the Blue Jays 7-3. Ted Lilly with the win. Lee was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Aramis Ramirez a 2-run homer. Red Sox blank the Reds 9-0. Josh Beckett is now 7-4. J.D. Drew with another home run.
Boy, he's picked it up, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Indians over the Padres. Greg Maddux takes the loss. Utley calling for it. 2 outs. Greg Maddux is now 3-5. And Romero's got the first 2. Mentioned earlier, Duncan's first RBI since his return. That was back in the 6th. He's got 4 home runs on the year. Love to see him just turn on a pitch right here.
Yeah, we need to see that power stroke. If Duncan can extend the inning, they got Chad Durbin warming up and ready.
That's strike 2 on the outside corner.
Fly a little bit wide, and I'm sure that's why the fans are voicing their displeasure.
Here's the 0-2. Duncan is 2 for 21 against lefties this year.
Just missing. Romero thought he had strike 3. A little bit inside.
Two and 2.
slider.
And he got it. Duncan called out on strikes. Is it a strike? Let's take a look as we head to break.
Back at Busch Stadium, we're tied at 6 and headed to the 9th. Don't forget, coming up after the game on the post-game edition of U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live, we'll get Tony La Russa's post-game news conference. I'll go all access inside the Cardinals clubhouse for player reaction. Plus, Rick Horton joins Pat Paris on set for the big breakdown. It's all coming up now. We send it back to Dan and Al. Gentlemen, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Jim. Al was just wondering where you have been.
What do you mean?
Well, we haven't heard much from you today.
I was taking copious notes.
Really?
Yes, sir. I'll bring the score sheet by the booth when I'm done with the interviews.
Good work, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's the one and only Jim Hayes. And he'll be on the postgame show. Greg Dobbs will face Ryan Franklin to start our 9th inning. Franklin is the Cardinals closer, and here at home, tie game in the 9th. Tony goes with his closer. And the first pitch is a strike. You have to say this about Tim McClellan, the home plate umpire. He at least is consistent in calling a strike late.
And nearly 30 years of doing it that
That's
way.
right. And a leadoff base hit, so the go-ahead run is on.
Ryan Franklin had a nice 1-2-3 9th inning yesterday against the Phillies. Pick up his 9th save. His numbers on the year: ERA under 3. And really, in the absence of Izzy, he's only had one blown save opportunity.
You would figure Coast is bunting in this spot. Troy Gloss is in on the grass over third as Duncan holds it first. First pitch is a bunt attempt and a strike. And awfully quiet here at Busch Stadium, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Those walks kind of took a little steam out of everyone. It is a tie game, and leadoff base hit puts a little pressure on the Cardinals. They have a very tough bullpen.
Strike 2.
Good thing right now is wait, Coast is trying to bunt off of Franklin. Don't do him any favors and just lay one in there for him. Poor form.
I think you'd have to say that Brad Lidge has regained his form.
Yes, he has, and kind of feared that. Just a change of scenery was all he needed. And he's warming up now.
They say that's been two things: change of scenery and a change in his slider. They say his slider is back to where it was when he first came up.
I think it's one and the same. Change of scenery, change of confidence, get off to a good start, and all of a sudden, you know, you're right there and you're finishing off your pitches. And I think Houston will tell you they're very pleased with Valverde as their closer, but I think they also did not appreciate what they had in Brad Lidge.
Boy, Franklin is quick to the plate.
He's got quick feet. You know, that's one thing. If you talk to Tony about one of the advantages of having Franklin as a closer is he can neutralize the running game. Very tough to steal off of him, where it's easy off of Perez and easy off of Isringhausen. Easy off a lot of closers.
One is down. Franklin, may have had a play at second.
One, I think he laid it in there, and I think he's saying he could not hear, and he kind of just he's pointing to his ears like he did not hear. But you're right, they had the lead man at second base. Let's
listen in and see and hear.
2-2-2.
So runner at second. We're going to have a pinch runner here.
Bruntlett's going to run. There for Dobbs.
Franklin is the 6th pitcher of the game for the Cardinals. So still left out there, Valone, Reyes, and Izzy. Cardinals, as we have seen the trend this year, lose the first game of a series, win the next 2. Look to be on their way at one point, up 5-1. Then 6-4 with nobody on and 2 outs last inning. Shane Victorino at the plate. Strike 1. And that's tap foul for strike 2. Bruntlett, the former Astro, is out at second base. Represents the go-ahead run. And the 0-2 is hit into right field, but Bruntlett had to stay put to see if it was going to be caught and then get through. So first and third and 1 out.
He was really caught in no man's land, Bruntlett, and he was going back to the bag. The second base bag as that ball was into the outfield. Watch him right here. Started to go back and everything. And now he picks up his third base coach, but by that time it was too late. But, you know, with Jimmy Rollins coming up, you've got a great RBI man. They pulled the infield in.
So infield in. Runners at first and third for Rollins. A guy that can bunt very well, and I'm sure some people would say, why not squeeze? But hitting from this side of the plate, a little bit tougher to do that. And with Rollins, you know, it's an MVP guy.
It's, you know, all you do is pitch out, and you know, you see the nobody in the right-hand side of the batter's box. That catcher can see the runner coming down the line. And here's, like you say, an MVP. You know, you got to trust that he's going to get the job done.
It's a rocket, but pulls it foul.
Hard to double him up. Also, infield in. You know, they're going to try and stop the lead run at first base. The only way you really get a double play is a line drive. If it's Rod Carew, maybe it's the drag bunt isn't, because he was such an excellent bunter that he could put it on himself and just bunt for a base hit or push that run across.
2-1. Hitters count here.
Saw guys like Lou that would, you know.
Slowly hit to Duncan. Fires to the plate and out. Oh, what a tag. And Molina is hurt on the play. With a collision at the plate, here comes Barry Weinberg, but an unbelievable play at home.
He might have been kicked in the head, and how he held onto it is remarkable.
Charlie Manuel is arguing about the call at the plate.
Throw, and look at where he tags him, and you see how he just got, he was just, there was no way that he could avoid contact as a tough hop, and he throws down and away, and then he gets caught there with solid contact, and whether he got kicked in the head or the shoulder or something, but how he held on to it.
I think Bartlett
and then he's trying to go back to touch
right.
the home plate.
And I think that's what he's saying. I think he may have a case that he was never tagged, but he never touched home plate.
Right now there's bigger concerns, and that's Molina. Watch right there. Bad throws, you know, he short hops him, then he comes over there and gets bowled right into. Ooh. He's grabbing kind of like the side of his head, it would look like. There's a lot of contact there made. One of the Cardinal team doctors is coming down to, and they waved him off. So I assume that was one, not Dr. Paletta, but a lot of times in situations like this, when a lot of stuff is done for precautionary reasons, it looks a lot more severe than it actually is. So I don't want to get anybody too alarmed. Taking his gear off now, take the chest protector off delicately. It's customary to put on that neck brace, whether it, you know, a certain type of injuries, whether it's something that you know about or not, you know, just to be as a precaution. Let's hope that's all it is.
When you think about all the injuries this team has had, Albert Pujols, Adam Wainwright, and now this injury, apparent injury to Yadier Molina. As quiet as this stadium maybe has ever been.
So again, you watch the throw, it's down the dirt, and then when he spins around to turn, you can see how his head just gets hit forward and immediately kind of grabs for the side of his head with the ball still secured in his hand. Looked like he got a lot of it in the upper back.
Well, he's got his momentum going towards the runner. The runner's barreling down on him and can't brace himself for that collision because he can't see it.
Yeah, and because of the throw, there was no place else for the runner to go either. Taguchi, whether whoever it is, you know, you just a Cardinal or a Philly, everybody's thinking thoughts and prayers or with what's going on right now with Yadier. His hand's moving there, isn't it? That's his hand. Just securing all the straps and trying to make sure he's immobile as much as possible.
And the tough thing to do, Al, is now the players have to go back and play baseball, but certainly first and foremost they're thinking about Yadier Molina.
Absolutely. The kind of the significance of the game, kind of who cares, but Jason LaRue will take over behind the plate. Still got a tie ball game here and 2 outs. Runners at first and second.
Injury aside, what an incredible play though by Molina
to hold on to it.
Yeah,
you know.
So brings in Jason Worth with runners at first and second. First pitch, a strike. It's not just the Cardinals, but the players on the other side certainly thinking about Molina and what has transpired. The 0-1 pitch.
They're trying to hit a 3-run home run when he needs a base hit. The outfield can come in now if there was a base hit for potential play at the plate.
LaRue will lead off for the Cardinals at the bottom of the 9th. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Worth has been on base 3 times, a couple of walks and a single. It's as quiet as we have heard Busch Stadium in a long time.
Really. Durbin and Lidge warming up. One for the tie, one for the go-ahead.
Hit down the right field line and out of play. the injury bug. The Cardinals can't catch a break.
Ooh.
The Cardinals are short on the bench right now, too.
Yeah, they're playing with one man down as they have an extra reliever in the bullpen.
One and two the count. 6-6 game here in the ninth.
Young Brian Anderson been playing well, and catcher.
Yeah, that's a guy you would think about if Molina has to be DL'd. And Worth is hit by the pitch. Bases loaded again for the Phillies. Tony La Russa can't believe it.
4 walks last inning to tie it, and hit batter to extend it, bring up Utley with the bases loaded. You're just flirting with danger when you're asking these money men.
You're not going to get away with it either.
No, no.
Not with these guys. Chase Utley is 0 for 3. And one of the best players in the game stepping to the plate. Utley was hit by a pitch back in the 5th.
Almost looked like he was willing to turn into that one a little bit.
He sure
take
was.
it off the shoulder. And he's that kind of player. You know, whatever it takes to get the job done. There are some that think he is the best player in the National League.
With Pujols hurt, you can make that case.
I'm saying I've even heard some people have said it with Pujols. I'm not one.
Me neither.
That's a high compliment, even if you're runner-up to Pujols.
So the bases are loaded. 2 outs. 6-6 game here in the top of the ninth. Chase Utley at the plate. Utley, high fly ball out to left. This should do it. A chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. 6-6 on Father's Day here at Busch. Father's Day, and it's 6-6. But everybody's thoughts and prayers right now with Yadier Molina. The collision at the plate had to be taken off the field on a stretcher. New pitcher is Chad Durbin.
Currently, he has an 8 1/3 inning scoreless streak. He's allowed run in only 4 of his 25 appearances this season.
So LaRue will have his first at bat of the ball game. With runners in scoring position, the Phillies 4 for 16, the Cardinals 2 for 8.
Now, the Cardinals have stranded 3 runners. Phillies 15.
LaRue played on Friday in this series, walked in his only plate appearance. Prior to that, Thursday in Cincinnati, 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. Also had his first home run as a Cardinal.
Now with LaRue having to go in for Molina and Barton on deck, Cardinals would have a bench of just Brendan Ryan.
Who will be the hero today? Fouled back, strike 2.
Reese has been swinging the bat a little better. This would be a time for his first home run. Hit his first one in Cincinnati on the recent road trip. Anthony Reyes warming up in the Cardinal bullpen.
Popped up into foul territory. Coast with room. One away. Chad Durbin is 30 years of age from Baton Rouge. 6'2", 200-pounder. Career high 36 games last year for Detroit. Brian Barton will be the pinch hitter.
How about a contrast to the bullpens in this game too?
Phillies have stranded 15. The Cardinals have left just 3 on. Well, Durbin is not allowed a run since May 18th. That's 6 appearances. One ball, one strike, one out, nobody on. 6-6, Cardinals half of the ninth. And Anthony, apparently at the time of his recall, was pitching pretty well down in Memphis. But we've seen that just about every time he goes down there, he pitches well.
Yeah.
The 2-1 pitch.
Barton, a .280 hitter as a pinch hitter this season, and is tied for 4th in the major leagues with 7 pinch hit hits.
And a punch out.
Like it was right there, but that late call, if you haven't been around, kind of fools you a little bit. No problem with that call, was there?
No. To me, it was a strike.
Yep.
2 outs is Turris. Cardinals' last hit came back in the 6th, an infield hit.
And that was against Myers. So 8 up, 8 down by the Phillies bullpen.
Turris, little bloop out to left and a base hit. So the winning run is on. And Mr. Walkoff is stepping in.
Schumacher has been kind of that kind of guy. He has 4 game-winning hits this season in the team's final at bat. Team record was set last season, or in 06, by Albert with just 8. So a great start by Schumacher, and this big crowd pulling for number 5.
He's already homered today.
You just take a walk-off hit. Doesn't have to be a homer, but that would be a great way to punctuate it.
Good speed at first with this Turris. Outfield is deep. Room in right center field. It's getting dark overhead. The 0-1 pitch. Schumacher right back to Durbin. Extra innings coming up on Father's Day. 9 innings in the books, and it's 6-6 here on FSN Midwest. Phillies have stranded 15 today, and it's a tie ball game. It's 6-6 extra innings here in St. Louis. Flashback to the old Busch Stadium. June 20th, 2004. Father's Day at number 500. It was off of Matt Morris.
And then
here's Anthony Reyes. Last time he was in the major leagues, May 3rd against the Cubs. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, and then was optioned out.
Got a report on Molina that he did not lose consciousness, but being sent to a hospital for complaining of back and neck pain. So he will be observed. So sure, consciousness and the fact that probably moving all of his limbs is a very good sign.
2-0 on Ryan Howard. 3 for 4 against Reyes with a home run. Al, we have nowhere to be at, so why not extra innings on this Sunday afternoon?
Well, doesn't matter. We're in them.
You got it. The 2-0 pitch. Howard.
Just our present to all the fathers.
That's right. A little extra baseball.
Bonus coverage is the wind really whipping up, getting darker overhead.
We're told that Albert Pujols helped Molina as they carried him to the ambulance, and I'm not sure if he went with him to the hospital, but he's been taken to a local hospital.
Now, I was surprised not to see Albert out there.
3 balls, 1 strike. And Howard hits it out to right for the first out. So key man retired there. Ryan Howard. Pedro Feliz will be a pinch hitter. The former Giant will dig in for the first time today.
There's Albert, so obviously return. Technically, when you're on the disabled list, you're not supposed to leave the dugout.
Deep in the hole is Turris. Yes. Boy, that's a good play there.
Yes, it is. He was 20 feet out into the outfield grass, set himself and throws. Racing out there, you got to stop your momentum, and right over the top. You could hang your laundry on that throw. Very nicely done.
First pitch is taken low and inside by Jeff Jenkins. 3 home runs against Anthony and 13 at bats. 1-1. It'll be good to see a 1-2-3 inning. Then the Cardinals win it and give Reyes a win.
Sometimes you just get in a situation like this, you're forced to use a guy and he does the job for you.
1-2 the count with 2 outs and nobody on. The Cardinals will have Miles, Ludwig, and Ankiel coming up. Tom Gordon throwing in the bullpen for the Phils.
Lidge just in case.
Reyes, a 1-2-3 inning. Can the Cardinals win it in the bottom of the 10th? We'll find out when we come back. Here's Tom Gordon, who's been a closer in his career. You can see why in the back end of games the Phillies can be tough. You've got Gordon in the 8th and then Lidge as your closer. Pretty good 1-2 punch there, partner, in the 8th and 9th.
Brundtland moves from third base to right field. Feliz stays in the game to play third, and as you say, you Flash Gordon come in here, and he's been on quite a roll. Miles will be the first man he faces.
Boy, Tom Gordon came up with the Kansas City Royals all the way back in 1988. One year he did not pitch, did not play back in 2000, coming back from surgery. Miles, 1 pitch and 1 out. Gordon is 40 years old. They have a club option on him for next year.
It's 5-3 on the year, but done a very good job of late. Opposing batters only have 4 hits in his last 31 at bats with runners in scoring position, and overall they're only batting under 200.
Here's Ludwig. 2 pitches and 2 outs.
Nice, a little easier, doesn't it? Saw Miles jump on the first fastball. He's got a signature curveball.
Back in 1998 with Boston, Tom Gordon saved 46 games. That led the league. He had 34 saves as recent as 2006. Began last year as their closer. Had 6 saves and appeared in 44 games. And Keel with a double and a triple today. The 1-0 pitch. Grounder raced to the bag at first, and they threw it away. Trying to lead Gordon. That was a tough lead that time by Utley.
Yeah, it's I was firing at a stationary target, and that was a little bit hard. It's an error by Utley, his 7th of the year. Maybe that opens the door. Howard goes for this ball, but then the pitcher's responsibility to cover, and he just kind of fired it, and it was wide. You know, just he's close enough to the bag. You know, he slowed down so he could kind of be in position, and he kind of fired it to the foul side of the bag and beyond his reach. Really a routine play.
So Troy Gloss with 2 outs and a runner at first. You could see where Gordon hesitated a little bit, and if he doesn't hesitate and continues to run through the bag, I still think it'd have been a tough play for him to maybe even reach it.
Sure, you know, but I mean, it's like there was really no need to lead him that far because he was close enough to the bag. Let him catch it, throw that ball chest high and right at the bag and a little bit in front of it, and you're fine.
Troy Gloss today with a home run, a 2-run shot back in the 3rd.
Astros lose 13-0 to the Yankees.
They're starting to fall apart a little bit. Houston.
Starting pitching, and we'd assume they didn't get any starting pitching today in a 13-0 loss.
1-0 pitch. 2-0. Chris Duncan on deck. You wouldn't think much would unnerve Tom Gordon with all his years in the big leagues.
Not at all.
He's pitched with the Cubs, Boston, Kansas City, the Yankees, and now the Phillies. Gloss swinging away on 3-0, base hit. So the winning run in scoring position for Chris Duncan. Well, you'd love to see Duncan get a game-winning hit, some confidence, and Reyes get a win.
Probably no one, if you were to go and pick one player and said that you could make a wish for the game-winning hit, it would have to be Chris Duncan. Not only for his confidence, but just, you know, morale booster.
Hitting .250 with runners in scoring position.
.240 on the season. 4 home runs, 17 RBIs.
I'd like to see him be aggressive and go after that first fastball that he sees and turn it around. It takes a lot of pitches now.
Last home run was a month ago.
First pitch to him. Hit towards second. Identical play, and they throw it away, and the Cardinals are going to win it. And Keel scores. And the Cardinals win it here in the 10th inning, 7-6. Not pretty, but you'll take it.
Absolutely take it. And Flash Gordon, after the ball got by him, slammed his glove to the ground in disgust as the Phillies give the Cardinals this game. Watch again. First pitch, little breaking ball right off the end of the bat, rolls over on it. Flash Gordon gets over to cover, and this time he throws it behind him. So, saw Gloss not avoiding it right there, threw his sidearm and throws it behind him. You got to lead him. So one, he leads him too far. The other one, he throws behind him. Wow.
So the Cardinals win it 7-6, and they win the series. The postgame show is coming up. Stay with us here on FSN Midwest. What a way to finish.
Well, a thrilling finish, and the Cardinals win on Father's Day. Thanks for sticking around. Cardinals Live is coming up next. Rick and I ready to break it down. Happy Father's Day, and all the fathers, thank you. Head home happy.
Yeah, the Cardinals tried to give this game away, Pat. Then the Phillies end up giving it back. Still, the biggest news of this game is the condition of Yadier Molina with the collision at home plate.
And we'll have much more on that. More from Rick coming up here on U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live. That plus it is Father's Day, and Mitchell Boggs is hoping to give his father, Tommy, the greatest gift of all, a Cardinal win. We'll break down the rookie's second big league start. We'll take you inside the Cardinal clubhouse, bring you Tony La Russa's post-game press conference, plus we'll relive the greatest trade in Cardinals history. There's no better way to spend Father's Day than by watching U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live. Keep it right here. We'll talk about the victory and update Yadi next.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live.
Phillies are a great defensive team, but not on this afternoon. Chase Utley throws this one away with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th, and so the Cardinals have 2 on a couple of batters later, and Chris Duncan to second base. Utley throws, and that's Tom Gordon, an error charge to him, and the winning run comes home in the form of Rick Ankiel, and 7-6 in 10 innings is the final. Hello, everybody, and welcome to U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live with my partner, the former Cardinal reliever Rick Horton. I'm Pat Paris, and we'll talk about those errors. We'll talk about Yadier Molina, update his condition, and certainly that is the most pressing issue, is how is the Cardinal catcher doing. But the Cardinal team able to come back and win this one in 10 innings. And don't forget, you can also get involved in this program, U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live, because it is U.S. Cellular text time. 37289 the number. Remember to include your first name, where you're texting from. Standard text messaging rates do apply. Let's head down to the field now. Jim Hayes standing by with Troy Gloss, our Mid-America Chevrolet dealers player of the game. Jim?
Troy Gloss, a home run in this one. That was a wild 10th inning, couple of throwing errors. What's going through your mind on the second throwing error?
Well, just hopefully that it wasn't on line to the plate where so Ant could still score. And fortunate enough for us, he crossed the plate in time. We were able to get a win.
What does it say about this team? You guys lose 20-2 in the first game, then come back and win the next 2.
Well, I think it shows the heart this team has, the desire and the drive to be a good team and a successful team and a winning team. We were dealt some breaks last day. Our thoughts are with Yadi right now. The win is great, but we need to find out how Yadi's doing right now. But all in all, it was a good win, long day. But we want to make sure Yadi's all right at this point.
The initial reports we understand on Yadi are good. What goes through your mind collectively when you see Yadi lying there?
Well, things way more important than baseball. You want to make sure the kid's all right. Make sure he's going to be healthy and at some point be able to recover from whatever happened. I'm not sure what went down, what was hurting or anything, but he was obviously in some discomfort. Hopefully he'll pull through and be okay. And it was just a little bit of a shock.
Troy, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Troy Glass, home run number 9 today. Pat, we go back to you.
All right, Jim, let's head down right now live to Tony La Russa.
At least the initial stuff looked like he was okay. He just really hit his head hard. So he's going to get checked. But at least right now we're thinking, keep our fingers crossed and hoping for the best.
Was Yadier able to move and just told to stay still, or?
He was told to stay still because he complained about his neck.
Tony, it looked like he got an elbow to the neck from where you were sitting.
I just think he didn't have any plate to go to. So whatever the runner did, I don't blame the runner. Yadi's just trying to catch the ball and block the plate, more to catch the ball than anything else.
pretty remarkable that he was able to make the tag and hold on.
Well, I think the guy fell on him, and that's like, yeah, I mean, it's remarkable he held on. But we've seen him do that before. You know, that baby smile of his, he's a tough mother.
What's it like as a manager when you see that happening out there, one of your guys go down like that?
No, it's just, well, I mean, if their guy, I mean, that's just kind of, so I don't care what sport it is, when it's a team that, you know, you get sick to your stomach a little bit because you worry, fear the worst, you know, when you talk about anything like neck, spine, all that stuff. So, it was very scary, and we'll see. Hopefully we're okay.
Tony, does the win soften the blow at all, or?
What blow?
Of Yadi.
Well, I mean, if he's okay, I mean, that's all we need for him to be okay, win or lose. I don't really compare it to losing Yadi, and him having a health problem. But the fact that we won, I mean, that's separate. And we caught a break. I mean, that's sometimes, you know, they've had them go against us too. We've lost games where the baseball gods kicked us, but today kicked the Phillies.
What does it tell you about the resilience of this team to win another series?
Well, it's what we are. We're going to play every day. I've said it enough to where I got to find a new way to say it. But we're going to play hard now. Just, are we going to play good enough that day? But we will always play hard.
Coach, lost with another home run. I think it's 7 homers in 15 games. Your attitude, it's going to happen. He was going to get in a streak like this eventually.
Well, he just had to get to where it was warmer and the ball was carrying. I mean, he hit, you know, 3 or 4 in April and maybe 4 or 5. Albert had a couple of 2 that were all blown. The ball just wasn't carrying. When it gets warmer, you get that extra carry. But I was happier with that 3-0 single that gives us a chance to win the game.
Good job. He did a good job of getting out of the way of that ground ball too. Klaus did a good job of getting out of the way of the ground ball, the Dunk's ground ball that went for the air. That thing almost hit him. He looked like he hopped right over it.
Wow, I missed all that. I did.
Given the jolt that you went through, plus it's tough when basically a 5-1 lead disappears, and then all of a sudden 6-6, and you lose your catcher, and everybody's pretty shaken by that. Is this one of the more special wins of the year?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's winning 2 games against that club in this park. They've been very tough on us. But you know, we lost a 5-1 lead. There was not a hint of anything. You couldn't tell in our dugout whether we were up 5-1 or you just couldn't tell. I mean, the guys just they go about it right. I mean, I thought the key was, I mean, once the game was tied, you know, we had the top of the lineup coming in the bottom of the 10th. If we could get him out in the top of the 10th, and Anthony did that. So he deserved the win. It was a big pick-me-up for our team. But, you know, we had both expended quite a few players. It was getting a little lean there. But we had the top of the lineup, and they had their 4th place hitter, so they were in good position. We got the out.
Tony, what do you think of Boggs today?
Beg your pardon?
What do you think of Boggs today?
I think overall good. I mean, it's just a real tough club to go against, that's all. I mean, they're relentless, and, you know, if you miss a couple pitches, and then they get you. They're just really good.
Where are you with Flo right now? It's a couple uncharacteristic games for him there with control.
Well, the 2 guys he faced, if you throw the ball down the middle, they're going to blister it. So, you know, that's why it's the major leagues. I mean, I thought he had a decent bite on his breaking ball. He just missing. But you just can't say here, hit it, because they will. That's why it's the big league. So I'm all right with Flo. All right with all of them. That's our team.
If Boggs gets through 5 innings there, does that set things up differently for you the rest of the game in terms of maybe you get 2 out of McClellan or?
Well, no. I mean, if he got through it, I mean, without this, is that 5-1?
If he just gives you 5 innings and you don't have to bring your bullpen into the 5th.
No, as it turned out, you know, we played the edges we had. We had McClellan and Perez really rested, so they were both stretched out into their 2nd inning. I mean, talk about, you know, Perez, I thought, did a really good job. He gets 1 out. I mean, he gets out in the 7th. The 8th, he's got 2 outs, nobody on, and perfectly hit fly ball down the right field line. So, you know, if we go to the McClellan was rested and could have gone 6 and into the 7th, and Perez only had to get 1 in the 8th. But he did all right, stretching him out. But you can't do that too often.
How long could you have gone with Anthony?
Not forever. I mean, not forever. I mean, if we were tied into the 15th to 16th, he's thrown 80 pitches, and we have Ballone and Izzy out there.
Tony,
This KC series coming up, interleague and in-state team. Is this still kind of a neat series for you guys?
Until you just mentioned, I haven't thought about it, and I'm not going to think about it. I mean, this is enjoy the moment. That's what tomorrow's for. So ask me again tomorrow night or for sure Tuesday, but this is time to enjoy the series win, and we got a day off tomorrow, and pat the boys in the back.
He's got a close to 400 batting average, so Looper going to be a bit of a regular right-handed pinch hitter now?
Well, he's getting to be. It's very tough to take because he starts grabbing his helmet and his bat and, you know, like, hey, it's me, you know, I'm having to tell him to sit down, it's not your turn. I mean, he's getting to be really, really tough to take. I mean that lovingly. No, I mean, he's got a good swing going, and he's a threat. So when you have, you know, the roster short like we're going to play against Kansas City, I mean, he's going to be a good, and, you know, Wellmeyer's doing a good job at the plate, too. So the Loopers make a lot of things happen.
Tony, how do you see your backup catcher situation now, depending on the situation with Yadier, and is there a move that has to be made?
I think we just wait and see. You know, fortunately, we got a day off tomorrow, so we don't have to do anything on Tuesday night. And if he's just sore, then Jason will be fine. I just have to wait. Hope for the best.
Who's the third or emergency catcher if you had to, like, put somebody in today or something like that?
Miles. He does everything. Probably better than Yadi. We just don't give him a chance. Okay?
Tony La Russa's thoughts after the win, and obviously first and foremost for him, Yadier Molina. I think it is for every Cardinal fan. So far, the news is about as good as can be expected, just suffering from some neck pain and back pain, and he'll be evaluated, and we'll try to bring you an update if there is one throughout the rest of this program. Rick, this is now in 5 days. You've had this ball club watch their star player, Albert Pujols, fall down near home plate. Then you see Yadi in a collision lay there. It's rough, and then this team shows what it's made of coming back in the 10th inning.
I think you go back the day before that when Adam Wainwright got his bad news, and then you get bad news about Chris Carpenter not being back. But this was a really scary moment here at the ballpark. I don't know, I agree with Dan and Al, I've ever heard this stadium so quiet. The news, at least at this point, sounds pretty good in terms of Yadi's condition. But at the time, you don't really know, and you start to put into perspective some things that maybe transcend the importance of winning a ball game. And I think that's where we were at that point. But the Cardinals do win a game again, taking a series 8-2 now in series where they lose the first game in a 3-game series and still come back and win the series.
And here we are, still just at midway through June, 15 series wins already. Let's head back upstairs. A view from the booth. Dan McLaughlin, Al Hrabosky just called it for us. And guys, the best news, obviously, that at least so far, it's encouraging for Yadier Molina, and then secondarily, the Cardinals find a way to win a game again.
Yeah, and another sidebar to all this stuff, we want to make sure and tell everybody, prostate cancer research, $42,000 raised today because of the home run challenge. And let's do some more business too, Al. Let's get our player of the game, brought to you by Budweiser, out of the way. Our Budweiser great player of the game, and we're going to turn it to Rick Ankiel, because he was certainly part of the story today.
A couple extra base hits for Ankiel. Rick comes up here in this one and drives the ball out into the left field corner. Drives in Ludwig. And then that was a double, and then this is a triple as it caroms away from Jenkins, and he goes all the way into third base, his second triple of the season.
The Cardinals, as far as triples are concerned, already at this point this year, just one shy of what they had for the total of last season. Now, when you look at this series, and Ricky just told you the stats, this is the 8th time the Cardinals have dropped the first game of a series, then won the next 2. It's pretty incredible to see where they're at and to see their record right now as being one of the best teams in baseball record-wise.
That's right. I mean, they came in with the Phillies, who are in first place with a commanding lead in the Eastern Division. They had the same record, so now they have a better record than the Phillies do, and they're the second best record in the National League. Just unfortunately, number 1 is the Cubs up ahead of them. You know, the Phillies really gave them this series. It was May 6th the last time they had a multi-error game game. And then in this series, they have 2 of them and hand the Cardinals another victory today.
And Al, you're talking about one of the best players in the game that helps the Cardinals to victory in this series and in the game today, and that's Chase Utley. You don't expect that.
We were talking about Chase Utley that inning about, you know, one of the best, and some people consider the best in the game. We are not in that category, and after the 2 errors there in extra innings, I think most people will agree with us.
All right, so that's our view from the booth, and we'll send it back over to Ricky and Pat, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday night.
We sure will. Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it. How about the highlights of this one? It seemed like a day and a half ago this thing started. Bottom of the first, Cards down 1-0, but Skip Schumacher on third base, and Ryan Ludwig takes Brett Myers double to right. Schumacher scores and ties the game up at 1. Next batter is Rick Ankiel, and the guys just described it as well. Goes the opposite way on a 3-0 pitch off the wall for a run-scoring double, bringing home Ludwig. Cardinals now take a 2-1 lead. To the bottom of the third, Skip Schumacher leading off, and he crushes this one. A home run over the right field wall, his second of the series, and that raises $21,000 for prostate cancer research. Cardinals up 3-1. Still in the bottom of the third, Troy Glaus up now, and he gets all the Brett Myers pitch deep and gone to right center, his 9th of the year. 2-run job, 5-1 Cardinals, and another $21K to fight prostate cancer. Top of the 5th now, still 5-1, bases loaded for Ryan Howard. Grounds a seeing eye single through the right side. 2 Phillies come in. Mitchell Boggs, Kyle McClellan comes in to face him as Boggs is done. Faces Pat Burrell. Aaron Miles can't handle the hard grounder. And McClellan would get out of there in the 5th. No more damage, but it's now 5-4. Bottom of the 6th, Rick Ankiel leads things off with a triple. Chris Duncan, well, he ends up coming in 6-4. Duncan's first RBI since being recalled. Top of the 8th, bullpen really struggles. 4 straight walks, ends up scoring and tying the game at 6. To the top of the 9th, couple of guys on, and now this one comes home, and that's the play we've been talking about, the collision. Eric Frontlet runs into Yadier Molina, just a baseball play. Yadier Molina holds on to the ball, and that's the spectacular part of it. Molina, though, hurt. He remains there around the home plate area, eventually carted off. Bottom of the 10th with 2 outs, and the comeback begins. Chase Utley throws this one away. That's an error, and Rick Ankiel with 2 outs stands at first base. 2 batters later, now 2 on. Chris Duncan back to Utley, and Utley, well, not handled by Tom Gordon, and in comes Ankiel for the game-winning run on an error. So 2 runs, or 1 run scores on 2 errors in that inning, and the errors do in the Phillies. 3 in the game for the Phillies, and a series of 4 straight series won by the Phillies ends there because the Cardinals take this series 3 games to 2. Ricky mentioned number 8-2 now in series for the Cardinals. When they lose game 1, they are now 13 games over 500, Rick, which is the equaling the high water mark for the season. So incredibly, a 7-6 victory after all the adversity that this team has gone through in the last week with Adam Wainwright, with Albert Pujols, the bad news on Chris Carpenter, now Yadier Molina. It just seems like this team can't take another blow, but they seem to respond, and they did it again today, and they do it with one of the best teams in the not the National League, American League, all leagues, and they commit the errors.
It's a solid ball club, and you right when you expect this club to start self-destructing, they don't. What happened with the Phillies in the 10th inning? Well, they destructed a little bit defensively. Usually we talk about hitting with runners in scoring position, but today's game was about walking guys from the Cardinals' point of view with runners in scoring position, and the Phillies made errors with runners in scoring position. All of this with 2 outs. Cardinals get the winning run as Ankiel crosses the plate, and really, this is not an easy play. And as it was developing, when Howard goes off the base, I'm telling you, the pitcher's running, he's got to catch the ball on the run, and Tom Gordon very frustrated because the first one he stopped running, Utley tried to lead him a bit, and then the second one he throws behind him, and Gordon just really not able to come up with it.
So it's Utley charged with the error after 2 outs in that 10th inning, and then it's actually Gordon that gets the error that turns out to be the game-winning run.
But so it's a very tough play either way. When the second baseman has to throw to the pitcher, it is very difficult.
Well, and it was messed up by Utley the first time, so Gordon this time gets to the bag and slows down and is ready for it, and the throw wasn't perfect, but it was still catchable.
But if you watch that first throw again, I mean, the Utley's throw was trying to lead Gordon, and he stopped right in front of the base, and you know, if Gordon keeps running, he's going to run right in the path of the runner, so the pitcher does have to kind of veer off, but he kind of stopped, so I think Utley said, well, I'm not going to lead him again, I'll throw it behind him, and Gordon can't handle that one either. And, you know, again, a very difficult throw. There's the one he almost stopped right before the base, He's got a good vision for trying to lead him, and Gordon's not running through the bag. Now on the second one, he says, well, I'll just throw it right to him, and Gordon can't handle that one either. And, you know, again, the ball seems to be jumping up in the air when you're running as a pitcher towards first base, and very difficult to pick it up, and, you know, obviously it leads to the Cardinals' fortune.
Yeah, that's great analysis. Well, we're just getting started despite a very lengthy segment, but we thought we should bring you all the pertinent information. We'll continue here on U.S. Cellular Cardinals Live. Talk about pitching and our King of the Hill next.